schools. The National Guidance Festival complements the Skill Expo by providing students with invaluable career guidance. Renowned professionals, experts, and industry leaders hold interactive sessions, workshops, and seminars. These sessions offer students crucial insights into different career paths, equip them with essential skills. My dear students, the CBSE Skill Expo is a remarkable initiative that celebrates the diverse talents and skills of our students. It goes beyond the traditional framework of the academic and provides a platform for showcasing their ingenuity, creativity, and problem-solving abilities of young minds. In today's rapidly evolving world, skill development is no longer a luxury, but a necessity. The job market is demanding individuals with not just academic knowledge, but also practical skills and hands-on experience. The CBSE Skill Expo is a testament to the growing importance of skill education in India. It provides students with an opportunity to explore their potential, refine their skills, and gain valuable exposure to the industry. Today, I am honored to extend a warm welcome to each of you at the grand finale of the CBSE National Guidance Festival and Skill Expo 2024. Hosting this esteemed event is a privilege of our school, and we express our gratitude to the Central Board of Secondary Education for placing their trust in us with this responsibility. It is a great honor and source of immense pleasure for us to extend a warm welcome to Dr. G. Madhavan Nair, a distinguished figure in the field of space science and the former chairman of the Indian Space Research Organization. We express our deepest gratitude to you, sir, for gracing this significant occasion with your esteemed presence, adding a profound dimension to this event. Your expertise and contribution to the space exploration are truly inspiring, and we are privileged to have you here. Welcome, sir. We proudly welcome R.V. Balasubramaniam Iyer, Vice President at Geo Platforms Limited, guiding India's largest mobile operator. Your interactions with the students will enlighten them about innovations in the telecommunications and digital sector. It's an honor to have you join this event. Welcome, sir. A hearty welcome to Dr. Biswajit Saha, Director of Trainings and Skill Education at CBSE, whose leadership was instrumental in the success of the National Guidance Festival. We are privileged to have you here, sir. Welcome. We are honored to have Mr. Mahesh Dharmadhikari, our own, the dynamic regional director of CBSE. All of you know him very well. He's a very good singer, and whenever we are in need, you just call him, he is there to help us. His visionary leadership consistently guides us in all our endeavors. Welcome, sir. Welcome Sadish Pahel, Deputy Secretary at CBSE, whose crucial role ensured the success of the National Guidance Festival. Your guidance has been invaluable and we are delighted to have you at this grand finale. Welcome, sir. Father Sunny Kunnapallileste, our esteemed director and manager at Loyola Institutions. He brings his visionary leadership to guide our school. A warm welcome to you, dear Father Sunny Kunnapallileste. Father Salvin Augustine Este, the principal of Loyola School ICSE, has consistently provided unwavering support and guidance for all the initiatives within our campus. It is with heartfelt appreciation that we welcome your presence at this event and extend a warm welcome to this program. Ragulji Nair, co-founder of Lifeology, was the initial contact who reached out to discuss this program. He continued to maintain regular communication to ensure the seamless coordination of this event. I take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to you for your involvement in this program. A warm welcome to the distinguished principals and teachers gathered in this auditorium. We highly value your presence and express gratitude for your unwavering commitment to shaping the future generation. Welcome, dear principals and teachers from all over India. My heartfelt appreciation goes to all the participants who have put in months of dedication and hard work to prepare for this expo. Your enthusiasm, perseverance, and passion for your chosen skills are truly inspiring. You are the future of our nation, and your contributions will shape the world of tomorrow. Hearty welcome, dear children. I also extend a warm welcome to the students representing nearly 25 schools in the Trivandrum region. You have a wonderful opportunity to participate in this program, and I welcome you to derive valuable benefits from it. Welcome, my dear students. I once again thank all the participants, teachers, parents, and esteemed guests for being a part of this momentous occasion. May this event be a beacon of hope and inspiration, lighting the way for a future where skills are valued, nurtured, and celebrated. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. I would just like to bring to your notice that usually we see, as part of a welcome kit, we see a flower or a bouquet or something like that. But today we decided, because everyone on the stage have been torchbearers of wisdom to this generation. So as a mark of our gratitude and love towards them, we have given them a book and a multi-utility pen. And that is what is part of our welcome kit. And on that note, I would definitely like to extend a warm welcome to Father Roy Alex, SJ Principal, Loyola School as well, for being such lovely hosts, and a warm welcome to you too, sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will move on to the further proceedings. Friends, Dr. Biswajit Saha, Director, Training and Skill Education, CBSE, has been a true visionary in shaping the future of this nation through his innovative ideas, focus on learning, and unwavering support to unique initiatives. He is involved with the design of curriculum, development of student resource books, and training manuals. He also monitors the execution of various teachers' training programs by CBSE Centers of Excellence. Prior to joining CBSE, he was a faculty member of Government Engineering College, Agartala, and served as OSD, Technical Education Government of Tripura. He was also associated with Tripura Central University and National Informatics Center, Government of India, in various capacities. Dr. Saha handled the execution of various development projects of the World Bank, MHRD, and Ministry of Information Technology, as well as research projects of AICTE and UGC. Dr. Saha has actively participated in the drafting of NVEQF, rechristened as National Skill Qualification Framework, notified by Government of India in 2012 and 13 respectively. He has contributed towards drafting of Credit Framework for Skills in Education by AICTE, MHRD. Dr. Saha has visited various schools, universities, and other educational institutions and industries around the world to gain an understanding of the best practices which can be implemented in the Indian context. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's my proud pleasure to welcome this visionary on the podium, Dr. Biswajit Saha, Director, CBSE, for his presidential address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Deepa. Good morning, all of you. स्कूल नहीं लग रहा है. Good morning, all of you. यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट ही सबसे ज्यादा मौजूद है. Good morning. Now I think that when voice would be echoed, and especially when the personality like Madhavan sir is with us, I think ताली तो बजना चाहिए, especially for him. So, respected Madhavan sir and other distinguished dignitaries, especially Mr. Bala Subramaniam Iyer, Vice President Geo, my colleague Mahesh Dharmadikari, Regional Director CBSE Trivandrum, my colleague from CBSE Delhi Satish and other who are sitting here, and of course the host school principal, the Galaxy educators who are very much with us in the dais, and Mr. Rahul Nayar, co-founder of Lifeology, Rahul Ishwaran, and entire team of Lifeology, and of course some faculty member. I must acknowledge the presence of Mr. Rajiv Pandey, because this idea of conducting Skill Expo, somewhere long back we started discussing, and maybe I didn't expect during that time of discussion that the culmination event would happen like this, number one. And number two, initially we thought of conducting only one or two plays just to experiment how the response of the school. But gradually, I think in last 1 year, or not even 1 year, it's about 8 to 10 months, it's created a strong momentum, and because of the active participation of you student and faculty member, and of course the blessings of school principal and management. I truly thank Lifeology to partner with us to organize this kind of gala event. So we started from Lucknow and travel almost multiple cities in east, west, north, and of course south today. And just to generate a awareness, especially on the skill domain, how important it is. And if you look into the National Education Policy 2020, it's truly advocating how important skill is. And that too also when it is going to translate in terms of national curriculum framework for secondary education. From grade 6 to 10, skill subjects become a compulsory component. So, gradually, how you can expose to work and how equally it is important, besides gathering the academic knowledge, to understand the industrial scenario, the project-based mapping of your academic curricula into this different part of life skill. So it's all together many things we need to cater, and this kind of program is actually exposing you to do experiment on your own. Of course, CBSE's multiple student enrichment activities like storytelling or science exhibition or sports activity are very much experimented, and it's a stable phenomena which every year many of our schools are organizing. But Skill Expo is one of its kind, which for the first time CBSE is organizing, so that national education policy, how we can truly sensitize at the ground level, this is one of the steps we are overheading. And of course, your participations really matter. Now, what kind of career actually students are aspiring while they are at grade 6 or while they are at grade 12? I think if I ask this question to you, because here students of multiple grades are very much present, can anyone tell us from any grade 7, 8 student? 7, 8? Okay. 9, 10? 11, 12? Many. So 6 to 8, what you are aspiring for? What kind of career, girls? Any one of you? Volunteer, please volunteer. Career in science. Design. Very good. Okay. What I want to understand from 9, 10? Grade 9 and 10? Anyone? Please volunteer. आवाज नहीं सुनाई देगा तो थोड़ा चिल्ला लो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, ऊंचे आवाज में बोलो. Civil servant, and what else? Architect. Anything else? Astrophysics. Computer. Okay. Grade 11 and 12. Entrepreneur. Okay. What else? जोर से बोलो. Part of defense. Okay. Financial analyst. Okay, fine. So now you see the variation from design to computer to defense, architect, financial analyst, civil servant. वैरायटी है ना वैरायटी. तो वैरायटी के लिए डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ करिकुलम तो पढ़ना पड़ेगा. आर वी रेडी? आर यू रेडी फॉर दैट? जोर से तब ना मजा आएगा. So this bandwidth, when the bandwidth and horizon is huge, and especially when the global complexity one way and another way, the barrier-free transition, I want to mean the Indian youth or so-called young adult, after their UG program, you are free to move any part of the world. Of course, this is one arena, but inside the country, there are lot of opportunity. अगर मैं 2 मिनट के लिए बोलूंगा, यहाँ पे जो पद्म विभूषण पर्सनालिटी हमारा सामने बैठे हैं, and when he successfully conducted more than 25 missions, honestly speaking, he has not taken a engineering degree from so-called Indian Institute of Technology. But the mad race for getting into that kind of system and also on completion of the degree, getting a good package and working for the foreign nation, उसमें कुछ बुरा बात नहीं है. I want to point out in this mad race, the people qualify, people complete the degree, go abroad, settle there, is fine. Foreign economy may come in a different tune. But at the same time, in that mad race, they forget the meaning of failure. In this successful mission, I am sure there are certain missions he may like to share with you where there is a proximity of lot of failures. And from this failure, one can adjust or calibrate the button in a different way. I think my message to you all that calibration you need to understand. Then you participate in this mad race. पागल नहीं बनोगे तो कुछ हासिल नहीं होगा. To get some things, the madness is very much required. If someone want to become an entrepreneur, that madness is very much required. Civil servant के लिए equally उस madness चाहिए. Designer बनने के लिए भी that madness is required. So madness का level same है. But in which way you are focusing, that is very much important. I want to say that in that madness, don't forget the root, number one. Number two, in this process, if you are not able to rewind or fast forward, I think there is a possibility when many of the successful individuals at some part of their life, by virtue of some kind of massive failure, they are forgetting or they are not able to balance their mental health. So in career, the supremacy is your mental health. If you are not able to stabilize it, sometime you may find some kind of problem, and ultimately, out of so-called peculiar word called depression, the lot of nuisance many of the successful individuals did so far. I don't want you to read those history, but I want that through the process, through this analytical process, you must come up with a great individual, and this kind of platform would be ready for you always. And maybe let me announce you here, the successful winner of this National Skill Expo may get opportunity to showcase their innovation before Honorable Prime Minister, who is going to interact with the student through Pariksha Pe Charcha on 29th of January in Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi. So some of the innovative projects from this event, I know some regional winners are also very much here. So some of you will get opportunity to showcase your innovation to Bharat Mandapa, where Honorable Prime Minister would be visiting and going to interact with the student of entire nation. CBSE, through its different kind of initiative, now onwards, let me also announce that this would be an annual event. Every year in different regions, we are going to conduct National Guidance Festival and also National Skill Expo, regional as well as national. So it's a continuous event. Whatever kind of different energy from different part of the globe we are going to receive. We are going to disseminate all this information to you. And through this event also, I strongly believe there are a lot of stalwarts who are going to interact with you and going to convey the different kind of career opportunity which are globally available, and also how the local customization touch would be meaningfully captured. And lastly, I must thank Loyola School Group of Institute and especially hosting this event. And I am pretty thankful to all my dear students. It's a huge gathering. इतने बच्चे को इकट्ठा करना कम बात नहीं. I am thankful to regional director and CBSE team member, and of course the school Shahodaya in Trivandrum, Kochi and other part of the Kerala. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Dr. Saha, for that very encouraging and inspiring words. Now we'll move on to the official inauguration of the grand finale. For that, may I invite Padma Vibhushan Dr. G. Madhavan Nair sir to kindly light the lamp. I also request the other guests to join him towards the lamp. After which, we will hear the inaugural address by G. Madhavan Nair sir. May I request the guests to kindly walk towards the lamp on stage. May I request you to switch off the fans on stage, please? Thank you, guests. Now over to the inaugural address by Dr. G. Madhavan Nair sir. One more name. There's one more name among the guests who are bearing good end. It is not here.
Dr. Vishwasit Saha, Director CBSE, Shri R.V. Balasubramanian, Shri Satish, Shri Mahesh, Shri Father Roy Alex, Father Salvir Augustine, Father Sunny Kunagal, other dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, distinguished guests, my dear students, parents, and teachers, a warm greetings to all of you on this occasion of the event conducted by CBSE and Lifeology on skill development. It was a very unique function, and when Rahul has contacted me, I gladly accepted that I will be here to interact with you on this occasion. In fact, it's a very, already as Dr. Saha has pointed out, that it's an all-day event which has been happening and which has picked up momentum, and is going to be a very powerful tool in the coming years for encouraging the students to pursue their passion and build a career of their own. Well, as you know, well, before I get into my formal speech about the school, I have been here for a number of functions earlier, and I'm really impressed. I'm coming here almost after about 6 years or so. I can see that the entire campus is green, virtually, greenery is all over the place, and it's spick and span. That shows volume about the quality of the service being provided. Of course, it's not only in that. Every year the results of the school speaks volumes about the excellence in coaching which is offered by the management and the teachers here, and dedicated efforts of the students as well. My compliments to all of you. And it's quite apt that CBSE has selected this venue for showcasing their unique program. And also the students from nearby schools which are following the CBSE curriculum are here. After retirement, I came here in 2012. Since then, I think I have traveled almost from one end of the Kerala to the other end, visited several CBSE schools and interacted with the students there. It was really a great opportunity for me to share my ideas, but more than that, learn from the students. The type of questions and inquisitiveness which they used to interact with me has enabled me to learn quite a lot more than what I have learned through my career. The children are well read. They have a lot of opportunities to use the modern tools of internet and computers and acquire knowledge in various walks of life. And in fact, as pursuing the space, science and technology, most of the students used to misunderstand me as a space scientist and ask questions about the fundamentals about the universe, the galaxies, stars, and so on, which in the initial phase I did not know. But later I was forced to learn to answer those questions. So the learning process is a mutual process of interaction and benefit. And I really enjoy that. But after the COVID period, the travel has stopped. But still, I think in the webinar mode, I have opportunity to interact with many of the students and so on. Well, I think since all of you know that India has set sort of a record in the last year, in 2023. You know the Chandrayaan 3, by which we have landed on the south pole of the moon for the first time in the world. No other country has done that. And in fact, it has provided a lot of boost to the national pride as well as our standing in the space community. We are treated as equal by the developed countries in the space technology today. It all started with about exactly 60 years back in Tumba, here the village, the fishing village near here, where the first sounding rocket was shot into the atmosphere to study the effect of magnetic field and electrojet in the equatorial electrojet region that passes over Tumba. So that rocket was built by Americans, the payload was built by Europeans, the supporting instruments were given by the NASA, ESA, and Russian Space Agency, and so on. It was truly a cooperative venture, international cooperative venture, and it started off well. It was a great dream of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, the founding father of ISRO, that India should be second to none in mastering the space technology and using it for the benefit of the common man. In fact, that was a great vision he has set before us. In fact, we are fortunate that we were able to follow that vision precisely, and that the focus with which we undertook various projects to fulfill his vision is what made India a space power today. In fact, he gave stress to development of indigenous technology in rocketry, in spacecraft, in the instrumentation, and more than that, using all this technology for the benefit of the common man. During the introductory speeches, I think the company has mentioned about the telemedicine, tele-education, disaster management system, and more than that, the day-to-day weather monitoring, what is happening, and then the information being provided to the agriculturists for the forest, maintenance of the forest, and protection of the forest fire, fighting against the forest fire, and the fisheries, and so on. Those are all the programs meant for benefiting the people, not looking at the profit which earns from that. So that's the kind of program which of course, as you know, the rocket technology or the satellite technology is a dual use purpose. It can be used for military purpose as well as civilian application. In most of the developed countries, it all started with the military programs. They have to develop the missiles for delivering the weapon systems. You know the famous V2 rocket developed by Germans during the World War II. That's the beginning. And from then, Russia and America were competing to make rockets. So with that type of scenario, they were not willing to share this knowledge. So it was really an arduous task for the Indian scientists and technologists to bring to fruition the dreams of Sarabhai. The people like Dr. Abdul Kalam, he was a pioneer in rocket technology, and I had the opportunity to work with him, and he is virtually my guru as well. Persons like Dr. Brahm Prakash, then Professor Sadish Dhawan, Professor U.R. Rao, Dr. Kastur Rangan, and so many others, which had a legacy of senior leaders who have led the space program. I was sixth in the chain, and I had the opportunity to really contribute to some of these developments in a significant manner. Well, if I look back, my education started in an ordinary village school where basic facilities were not there. Even a blackboard was not there. It is the wall, one side of the wall was painted in black. On that, with chalk, the teachers used to write. And then there is no partition between the classrooms. The first standard in which I was sitting, I could hear the classes, the contents being delivered in the fifth class at the farthest end of the room. So that's the kind of ambience in which I started my career. And there again, there is practically no modern means of communication. In fact, my village at the time there was no electricity. I had to learn sitting in front of a lamp almost like this, burning not the coconut oil, but the maroti, the local fruit, which comes from the wild tree. And that oil wick lamp has provided me the light in the initial days. I start from there. There is no newspapers will arrive 2 or 3 days later. There is no radio, no telephone, nothing. From there to see what you people are enjoying is really a luxurious situation. You just press the button, you can know whatever is happening in any part of the globe instantaneously. So that has all come because of the developments which has taken place in the science and technology. So in the science and technology field, whatever has happened in terms of the communication, connectivity, and the computer technology and the software development, etc. So you can see that I have lived through this phase of changes. At the same time, though I had only a very, very fundamental education in the basic school and in the engineering college here, of course, you would be surprised that those days there were only 3 subjects being taught there: mechanical engineering, civil engineering, and electrical engineering. Those curriculum was built to essentially provide supervisors for the British regime. That syllabus was still being followed in my time as well. So with that type of knowledge, to start a career was something which was a really challenging one. But God's grace, I was put into a frying pan in space technology and had an opportunity to have a guru like Dr. Abdul Kalam, and also like persons like Dr. Sarabhai. They influenced me. And that enabled me to continue my learning process all through my career. And that's how later, when it came to looking at the galaxies or looking at the X-rays or looking at the lunar surface, looking for water, minerals, or exploring the Mars, all this becomes child's play. The continuing learning process which has taken place in my lifetime, I can never forget. Even today, I enjoy reading and understanding things well. But the point which I would like to stress is, what is important is to have your fundamentals strong. I owe all my whatever I could do in my career due to the fundamental knowledge I got in basic science subjects like physics, mathematics, chemistry, biology. Of course, today it may look very simple, but those days it was very hard subjects, and there were very few teachers who could impart. But the passion with those teachers took on themselves, and they imparted whatever they knew to me, and kindled that the type of spirit to pursue a scientific path is something which has helped me. The strong foundation based on the basic science subjects is something what is needed. Even today, it is not out of fashion. That is what is needed. Whether you want to become an administrator, whether you want to become an astrophysicist, whether you want to become a designer, or whether you want to become a military official, in all these areas, what is required is a strong foundation in the subjects. Of course, I will stress the communication skills as projects or the events are taking place in a multidisciplinary manner. You have to put together the people and their skills to accomplish a task. In fact, in ISRO, to achieve this type of missions, which I've talked about earlier, we had to manage something like 15,000 people as a single team, and to prick the brains of each one of them, to bring the best out of them, to deliver the product. That's the way we could deliver the final goods. So that kind of collaborative and collective working needs not only the cooperative mentality between people, and also good communication skills, so that in every walk of life, whether it is space or whether it is in the social science or in the politics, you need the communication skills. That needs to be developed. Again, as I mentioned earlier, the scientific knowledge. Science, you should not be afraid of. You know, the entire universe has been created nearly 13 billion years back, and with a simple event of the Big Bang, where out of nothing a huge quantum of energy has been released, and that energy got converted to matter, and that matter condensed and formed into stars, and from the stars the planets and so on and so forth. But all these events follow a systematic process, and it follows a certain rules and principles. We are all trying to understand what those rules and fundamentals are. And again, if you look at the science today, whatever we have learned today is after observing the nature, trying to understand the natural phenomena, and trying to understand the how and why of it. You know the famous story of the Newton, the apple falling down on his head and so on. So like that, he asked the question, how, why it should fall down, not go up. So that led to a series of principles on gravitational field and so on. So asking questions as to how and why of what is happening in the nature is something which is very important. That is what science is all about. And India can be proud. In our ancient Indian continent, nearly 5,000 years back itself, our rishis were doing this exactly same. They got exact knowledge about the universe, the stellar system, the galaxies, and so on, almost comparable to what we are knowing today. But they are not written elaborately with explanations and experimental evidence and so on. But there are statements which indicate the level of knowledge which those people had was phenomenal. The Vedic text which contains the whatever knowledge which was there that condensed in the form of verses, that contains a lot more scientific information than what it can contain today in many of the thousands of books. So perhaps we had that heritage. We have contributed significantly in astrology, astronomy, I will say. They knew the position of stars, their aspect angles, and so on. And of course, they try to correlate with the phenomena which is taking place, human beings and plants and so on. That's how the astrology came in. I will not attribute that much scientific value to the astrology part of it. But the scientific computation and the knowledge went behind that astronomical computation is comparable to the modern knowledge what we are having today. Look at the metal compositions, which are the metal compositions starting from copper, zinc, tin, and so on. So all these have been separated in Indian continent for the first time. And again, the Ayurvedic system of medicine, which was evolved those days, even today it is prevalent, it is practical. So that way we had a rich jealousy. But unfortunately, during the invasion and occupation by the foreigners, all these were lost. All the initiatives were lost. We were virtually sleeping. But independent India has seen that we have come out of that. We have invested heavily in education institutions, whether it is IITs or the atomic research establishment or the agricultural research. So now a large number of research institutes have come up. The space also is an example of that. And the type of revolution what he brought through the agricultural revolution by Swaminathan and his team is really what made us today self-reliant in the food grain, as well as making us even surplus state to export food grains to other countries as well. You know the missile program led by Dr. Kalam, where we have really developed very accurate weapon delivery system comparable to the most modern in the world. So that becomes a self-defense mechanism for us. Then you know the atomic energy field, we have deciphered the mysteries of atom and harness its energy for various purposes. So wherever, in all these things, as Director CBSE has pointed out, it is not the high-end, high-class elite students or the community which has come from the top-class institutes, but from the ordinary institutes of the country. The universities, the colleges, etc., they have contributed. That brain power which is there and the type of genetic power which had from the original Indian blood, that is something which has made us great. Even today we can proudly say that whichever scientific area where we have focused and worked hard, we have achieved results comparable or even better than global standard. So that shows the strength of Indian brain and hands. So we should be confident about it. Now the present India provides a lot of opportunities and a lot of challenges as well. As you know, that we are really leaping forward in terms of economic development. Naturally, the economic development will need the technologies and the services to be developed as well. And there was a time where we were depending on all these things to be imported. But said already the team is established to make in India. and that we are really well on the road. And perhaps that's one reason that we have become the fifth largest economy today. And as our Prime Minister has set the target, soon we should be becoming the third largest economy in the world. So that provides an opportunity for the youth, and the youth has to be enabled. That is where the education system has to play the role. I mentioned earlier, some of the education system were developed in the British regime, where they were interested in making clerical staff for the empire and also supervisors for their engineering projects and so on. They were not interested in utilizing the skills in another way. There were exceptions like C.V. Raman or J.C. Bose, etc. They evolved as gems in the scientific world. But other than that, we were not having much to speak about. But today, we have got the freedom to think and act. And we have got the ambience to provide solutions. So for the youth, the need of the hour is the school education should identify the aptitude and talents of the students and enable the students to learn the modern technology. There is no point in reinventing the wheel. You should see that whatever is there today and how you can build upon that, how you can acquire more and more knowledge. Just acquiring knowledge is not sufficient. How to use this knowledge to solve the practical problems. You look around in the villages and the towns, there are innumerable problems. You take even today, the waste management becomes a critical issue. Providing drinking water is an issue. Providing green energy is an issue. So, and again, more than that, to have a proper distribution system by which the poverty is alleviated and also the living standards of the people who are below the poverty line are improved. So these are all big social challenges. So in you look around, thousands of problems are there. How you use your knowledge and skills to find a solution to the problems is what will enable you to succeed in your career. It's just not sufficient that you learn and become an employer somewhere. You should look around and try to really become an entrepreneur, try to put together the teams and ideas together and provide solutions, world-class solutions, which can compete not only in the Indian market, but in the global market as well. So this opportunity, I'm sure, is very well in front of you that will provide a very bright future for every one of you in the days to come. Only thing is you have to keep your eyes and ears open to learn and also to have logical thinking process, not an emotional reaction to the situation. Try to analyze, try to collect the data, analyze, conclude, and then act. So that kind of working, a scientific approach to the problem solving, whether it is in the society or in politics or in engineering or in education, the same need is there. Our modern education policy provides a framework for it. We're just chatting about it, so it may take a few years before it can be put into play. But now itself we should see that. And this kind of competitions and will really enable us to identify the talents and encourage them to pursue their passion, individual passion, whether it is in the sports, arts, science, or literature, or whatever be the field. So this identifying the talents at the early stage and nurturing is the need of the hour. I'm sure such festivals and such events will add to the momentum of our education system, will help the youth for the future, enabling them to face the challenges of the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. From strong fundamentals to successful future, my dear students, I'm sure you've had some key takeaways from his most inspiring words. Thank you so much, sir, once again for gracing our occasion. And now, before we move further, I would like to invite one more guest forward. But before that, there is an announcement for the students here. Those students who are taking part in the Regional Skill Expo, kindly proceed to the section and start preparing. please proceed to the area where the skill expo is being conducted and start preparing because the judges have already arrived. So that's the announcement for you. I'd now like to invite Mr. Mahesh D. Dharmadhigari, Regional Director CBSE, for a special address to our students.
Honorable Madhavan Nairji, the former chairman of ISRO, respected principal of this school, Dr. Sahaji, the director skill education CBSE, other dignitaries on the dais, ladies and gentlemen, the staff and teachers of this school, and above all the very lovable and most decent, my dear students, good morning. Actually, we had just witnessed a very beautiful speech from our Honorable Madhavan Nairji. And I consider, sir, it is a red letter day for all the students that you are participating in this event. And it is really red letter day, and children are very fortunate to listen to your great speech and experiences. And it would be really benefited for them to be confident and what I should say, devote their potential for the cause for they want to become a successful citizen of the country. So, dear students, give big round of applause to our Honorable Madhavan Nairji for his participation. Dear students, I am not going to take much of your time because already there is a time for another events. So what I would like to tell dear students that today I wish to talk to you about the exciting journey of discovering your potential and building essential skills for your future careers. Life is a continuous learning experience and your time in school is crucial. Your time in school is a crucial part of this journey. So embrace the opportunity to explore different subjects and activities, dear students. Don't limit yourself as each experience adds to your skill set. Think of your education as a canvas and each subject as a color that contributes to your unique masterpiece. Engage in extracurricular activities. They are not just hobbies, but windows into new skills and passions and waiting to be discovered. See mentors, dear students. See mentors who can guide you on your path. Their experiences can provide invaluable insights. Remember, students, that success is not always a straight line. It's filled with twists, turns, and challenges. So embrace setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow. Identify your interests and strengths. What makes you excited to learn? What task do you excel at effortlessly? These are clues to potential career paths. So immerse yourself in the real world to understand what career align with your aspirations. Technology is changing the landscape. So stay curious and adaptive, dear students. So students, your time in school is not just about grades. It's about developing a diverse skill set, discovering your passion, and formation for a fulfilling career. So remember that your unique combination of skills and passions will shape an extraordinary future. So all the best, dear students. Another important aspects of creativity, innovation, and peer learning, I would like to speak to our teachers also, that dear teachers, you are the architect of this creative landscape. Your role extends far beyond imparting facts. You are the guides who illuminate the path to discovery. So embrace innovative teaching methods, experiment with new approaches, and be the pioneers who shape the educational horizon. Remember, dear teachers, as you foster creativity in your students, you cultivate a legacy that transcends the boundaries of the classroom. I would like to speak to principal also. Dear principal, you are the captain. You are the captain steering the educational ship. So Lead with a vision that champions innovation. Create an environment where teachers and students alike feel empowered to push the boundaries of conventional wisdom. Recognize and celebrate the creative endeavors within the school community. Your leadership sets the tone for a culture of exploration and growth. Peer learning is the heartbeat of our educational ecosystem, a collaborative approach where the students widely engage with one another and share knowledge, experience, and skills. In essence, peer learning is a powerful educational strategy that harnesses the collective wisdom within a group, promoting active participation, deeper understanding, and a sense of community among learners. And while concluding my speech, dear students, ladies and gentlemen, in connection with today's event of National Guidance Festival, I wish to highlight on modern education and its future trajectory. Modern education is evolving to incorporate technology, personalized learning, and real-world applications. It is shifting towards students-centric approach, energy trends, and modern education include. Modern education includes some of the trends, which includes technology integration, skill development, flexible learning models, project-based learning, lifelong learning, assessment education, social and emotional learning, and education accessibility. These trends collectively shape the trajectory of modern education, aiming to equip the students with the skill needs for the success in an ever-evolving world. I wish today's event would be a successful one, as all around efforts have been made by the authorities and the team of Lifeology. I also thank the principal for organizing this great event, and I really appreciate the arrangement and campus and infrastructure. It is nothing but up to the world class and up to the mark, where so many thousands of students can be accommodated in this big hall to listen to the great speeches and understand what is actually all about lifelong learning. So thank you, Principal, and once again I invited to the authorities for having invited me to this very good program, which I am going to remember for lifetime. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now request Dr. Saha to kindly come forward to hand over a token of our appreciation and gratitude to our chief guests for the day. May I request Dr. Saha to step forward. I would like to request Shri Madhavan Nair sir to kindly step forward to receive this token of love, gratitude, and respect on behalf of CBSE and Lifeology National Guidance Festival. This memento, as you can see, is an AI avatar of Madhavan Nair sir. And this comes from two student minds, Abhilash Sharji and Mahadevan. It was their idea to have an AI avatar on the memento. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. I would also like to invite Shri Balasubramanian Iyer sir to kindly come forward and receive this token of our love and gratitude for gracing this occasion. He also has his AI avatar on the memento. I'm sure it's probably one of the first that is being given away. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for joining us. I would like request the photographer to capture this moment as all guests on stage come together for a photograph that will be remembered forever. May I request all the guests to line up on stage? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, dear guests, all guests on the dais. Thank you so much for gracing the occasion. May I request you to kindly join the audience right now, join the students as we're all set for the keynote address. May I request Mr. R.V. Balasubramanian Iyer, sir, to kindly stay back on stage, and the other guests may kindly join the student audience as we're all set to witness the keynote address. We are about to move on to the keynote address, but before that, I would like to specially mention that our panelists for the panel discussion is already here. Mr. Nikhil Chandran, CEO, Tilt Labs. Mr. Kannan PS, Marketing Director, Vajra Rubber Products. Mr. Sharat Babu, Associate Director, EY. Neetu Raghukumar, Journalist, CNN News 18. I understand that you have already joined us here. Thank you so much for joining us, and we apologize for the slight delay, but we expect to begin the panel discussion very soon. Thank you for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mr. R.V. Balasubramaniam Iyer stands as a distinguished Vice President at Jio Platforms Limited, a group company of Reliance Industries Limited, where he plays a pivotal role in guiding Jio, India's largest mobile network operator, along with other digital ventures of Reliance. Prior to this prestigious position, he amassed extensive experience in leading multinational corporations. He significantly contributed as the head zonal business for West and South India at Amway and as a senior manager in retail marketing at the Coca-Cola Company. His illustrious career is marked by a deep commitment to excellence and innovation in the telecommunications and digital sector. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. R.V. Balasubramaniam Iyer for the
possibly come into a world where there will be competition from every nook and corner of the country. It is not only people who are in the very posh locations of Delhi, Bombay or Switzerland who are into designing. Even a small town person can actually become a fantastic designer and have his or her own boutique for the entire world to be serviced. The world is changing. The world is changing at a very, very rapid pace. Every 5 years almost, you're seeing a different environment altogether. Most of us would not believe it if you had, you heard, some people over here, including our chief guest who said that we are going to be a superpower. We are going to be the third or the fifth largest economy in the world. If you had told us this 10 years back, we would have laughed it off thinking that it is one more of the election manifesto. Today you are looking at that as a reality. Going abroad for jobs is no longer attractive other than maybe some rupees extra in your pocket or some tax-free environment. But then all you have to think is that the Gulf is about to introduce income tax. And that entire set of all your relatives who are sitting in the Gulf are all going to come back to Kerala. Because it is no longer attractive to work in the Gulf. Small things like this is about to happen. And we need to see whether you are prepared for that world. So to begin with, I'll ask you some small skills because this is supposed to be a skill event, right? How many of you in the last 1 year, I'll give you 1 year's time, have taken the effort to write a letter to somebody in your family? Is there anybody here who's written a letter? There's one lady over there. Thank you very much, ma'am. Oh yeah, no, you don't qualify. I'm looking at students. Thank you. Ma'am, can we have you standing up there? Thank you. That's a little girl there who's written a letter to somebody. Who did you write to? Don't say boyfriend. That doesn't qualify today. Your grandmother, wonderful. And why did you write a letter to her and not send a WhatsApp text? She doesn't have a phone. Okay, that's a good customer for me. Okay. But is it because you prefer to write a letter or just because she doesn't have an instrument? You prefer writing a letter. She likes to read a letter. And if any of you, I'll ask you a reverse question. how many of you or any of you, sit down please, thank you. Any of you has received a letter, a personal letter in the last 1 year? Did anybody get a letter from anybody? Are you a student? Okay, let's hear you. Okay, yeah, there's a boy also. Okay, we'll come to you also, don't worry. Yeah. Sorry? Okay, wonderful, thank you. Can I hear you? Can we have you a little louder? You got a letter from your cousin. And any reason why it was not an email or a standard WhatsApp text? How does it feel when you get a letter? Hold it there. So when you got that letter, and this lady over here, when you got that letter and you were reading that letter, right? Did you look at other letters? Did you talk to your mother or anybody of your friends? Or were you listening to this letter? Do you do the same thing when you are on WhatsApp and emails? No. Do you see how disrespectful this communication has become? And you are about to, please sit down. And you should now get prepared for the next world of communication, which is saying AI-based communication. Where you will write a letter to your grandmother on, let's say, any digital technology, and the digital technology, she will just say, just send a letter to my granddaughter with a few nice words here and there, put one unniyappam or whatever else she likes, and she will be happy. Maybe she'll throw a picture also to it. And you will think there is a letter there. Are you going to be happy with that? It's not personalized. You know it's not her style. But we are moving into that world of communication, business as well as personal. Today you can actually go to ChatGPT, you can go to any of these places, get any kind of information you want. Technology has moved very fast. Any kind of data that you need is available for you. You want to make a presentation, you want to do complex maths problems. There is somebody over there who wants to be in the defense world. Somebody wants to get into robotics. All of this available data. So if you want to do one more of what can be done by a machine, then you are competing with machines. All that science fiction movies and games that you used to play is now a reality. So very quickly, let me give you a flashback. Can I see the next slide? Thank you. So you look at this. All of this was just about 10 years back, not even a reality in our country. You had to go to a PCO booth to make an STD call. Today, across the country, wherever you are, you can make a call, it's absolutely free. Do you even think about it? Most of you children possibly having a mobile phone in your pocket, if it is permitted by the school, you can make any number of calls. It doesn't matter. The world has changed. It's so fast. So if you had, when I asked you about the letter writing, there were certain people who were called as correspondent. In this very school, you had a principal, and next to the principal's office, there was a person's office called as correspondent. His job full time was to write letters. Where is he now? Gone. Did you even notice? Gone. Have you visited a post office? You would say, yeah, good. You would see many of those jobs are going away. I asked you only about a letter writing. Then think about the other things that the post office can do for you. A money order, for example. GPay has completely taken it away. Can you think of writing a letter on a money order slip of paper, sending it to somebody with money on it? It's all gone, outdated technologies. But on the other hand, it had a great value for people who got it in their hands. It was a sense of pride. because the whole village knew that that child has sent money to that lady in the village. And there was a piece of information about whatever he or she was doing. So there was a social fabric then. But then that social fabric is available through Facebooks and Insta and whatnots today. So technology has moved on. Have we moved on? Have we coped up with what we could do? Because today, look, my dear young friends, everything that you are doing today, somebody is watching. You cannot escape. You are leaving a digital footprint all around you. And tomorrow when you come to the corporate world, if somebody wants to check out your profile, everything that you've done, including in school days, is all available for everybody to see. You don't have a choice, we don't have a choice. Not that we are looking for it. You may even want to say, I want to hide it. But the employer can ask you, please show us what have you done as a part of the process. There are lots of things that we do not realize. We think it is nobody is watching. But now today's digital world, these are some of the downsides. Because everybody is on all social media platforms all over the place. So now you don't need parents to be looking at you. The whole world is looking at you. So you look at this, connectivity in campus. It is not only because of COVID, but even otherwise, you realize that most of the college campuses, many of the good schools have all now got Wi-Fi, have got internet connectivity, computer classrooms, digital smart boards. All these things have happened. See, all this is happening. This all happened in the last 10 years. You look at all the audio video content. The CBSE directors were here. If you look at it, all of the content, including the Prime Minister E-Vidya television channels, which has got all the classes right up to 12th, all contents are available digitally for the student to study whenever he wants to study. You are no longer waiting for Doordarshan to play it. PME Vidya channels, including Kite in Kerala, for example. You can listen to any content you want at any time you want. You are no longer dependent upon the teacher. But of course, the classroom experience is different. You've got gaming in education. There was a day and age when if we were to tell our parents that, we would rather play instead of studying, we would get slapped. Of course, I'm using that as a physical. But of course, if our parents were to hit us, we did not have to go to the courts or, complain to the community. It was permitted. I don't know about today's generation. Most of you have already got so mollycoddled and, you are so respected and so loved that nobody is supposed to touch you. In good touch or bad touch, whatever you call it. But the fact is that nothing happens. Right? When you look at all of this, the generation is changing. We talked about national education policy. There are so many great things happening. In fact, one big challenge I leave you with is that if at all you're doing a project in the coming year, you should think about what is the next generation school going to look like. It's not going to look like this. When people tell you that they're going to have this as an annual event every year, I don't think after 1 or 2 years, there are going to be so many students listening to all of us like this. This is boring. We want more interesting formats. How can we make it interesting for you? How can we make it valuable for you so that you spend time with us, which is useful learning? This is absolute boring to listen to a bunch of old people coming and telling you stuff. You have to find better ways. How do we engage you? We'll have to find that out. And then of course your entire digital accounting. Your GPay is just a small thing, but every single aspect of financial is being done on a digital platform. So are you ready? Honestly, my friends, you may be whatever in this world, but please try and learn some basics of financial literacy. Learn how to save your money. Learn how to open a bank account. Learn how to invest. Because whatever you do, at the end of it, you will need to protect your money. Learn cyber security. Learn how not to lose your money on the internet and do some silly stuff. Please learn those basic stuff. Protect yourselves. Stay healthy, stay digitally healthy. Very, very important for you. We've talked about all this. You're talking about global skilling hub. I mean, you're looking at institutes like this becoming large skilling hubs. You're looking at classroom robotics. There was a gentleman, I think, who got misunderstood, but said entrepreneur. Now, many of you would possibly become independent entrepreneurs. You may start your own startup companies. Kerala itself is looking for a lot of Gen Next entrepreneurs. And I'm sure many of you will do well. But when you do them, you need to be prepared with all the necessary skills. Or maybe at least find the right team who will help you do this. So whether it is your cloud technology, whether it is your immersive labs, AR, VR labs, and of course in terms of your co-curricular content, are we fully prepared? That's the only question I would leave you with. Keep thinking about it, because obviously these are the areas that are actually going to make you into a well-rounded leader for the future. I'll just leave those thoughts with you in terms of, the amount of stuff that we are spending in terms of reading. Lifeology has gifted us books today. But we are hoping that there are enough in books available. There are enough PDF drives which are available. You don't need to even buy a book. Think of a topic, do a search, you will get those books for free. And they are available. In fact, nowadays, books have become so easily available, they are even illustrated books. If you find it very boring to read a full book, you will get it in the form of a comic book. But read. Develop your vocabulary. Look at half of us. When you do your WhatsApp text, do you write the full words? Guess what's happening? Your spelling has gone for a toss. Your Renan Martin has gone for a toss. Your English teacher is already in the grave. Right? Now here we need to find a way, how do we maintain our ability to communicate? Can I write full sentences? Simple things. How do I speak to people? Can I speak in a manner that is equally understood as well as appreciated? Small things. Because in the future, this is going to make a big difference to you and the kind of personality that you're going to be. You want to be the CEO or the president of your company, you need to be able to communicate well. Whether it is verbal or written. I've already told you about your personal finance, your mathematics. There are lots of children who hate maths. No problem. But at least fundamental mathematics you need to have. You need to be able to understand, if you look at your bank statement, whether somebody has taken your money away by mistake. You need to be able to know how to communicate and get it back. Small skills. Ask your parents to teach you these skills. Go to a bank, go to a post office, go and understand. When we say lifeology, here we are also saying you need to know what it takes to live a life in a healthy manner. Go to the nearest bank, go to the nearest post office, go to the nearest hospital. Understand how to live a life, because then you are better prepared. So you've got all the digital skills. You've got all the life skills. And hopefully, someday, we at Reliance or at any other part of the world, we would love to meet you as the next gen entrepreneurs, as next gen leaders. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Bala sir, for that enlightening and illuminating speech. Now the time is for panel and you. Now, until this time, all the guests were speaking. Now it is for you to speak. May I please invite Rahul J. Nair as the panel moderator. And we have 4 vibrant professionals. Apologies to them for the delay. As you always know, IST is Indian stretchable time. So some kind of stretching to banta hai. So I request John Abraham, not the other John Abraham. We have a very vibrant John Abraham, equally as handsome. He is going to host for you. And Athena Ishwar. Athena, please. Before we move on, I know you might be a bit rusty. Everyone, especially the students, stand up for a minute. Make it fast. You know why? Because sitting for a long period of time can be killing. Sitting for a long period of time can be killing. Quick in 10 seconds. Jump up. ये तो क्या jumping यार? with more energy, with more energy. Very nice, very nice. You know why? After some time, your body will begin to feel cold, tired, rusty. We have a vibrant panel, eminent professionals from various fields. They will be coming to you, and we have a very important person from Finland joining. She is joining live from Finland, the happiest nation in the world. Katia, she is an educational expert. She is going to talk to you. She will be joining online in, say, 15 minutes. Rahul, please take charge. Please introduce. The floor is all yours. John Abraham, please. I'm a huge fan of John Abraham. Come over. Yeah.
Thank you for that intro, sir.
Hello, fellow students. After an inspiring inauguration ceremony, we are thrilled to usher in the next segment of the event. Get ready to dive into a world of innovation and futuristic careers.
I'm John, one of your hosts for the day.
I'm Adina.
Now, we're excited to present Next Gen Careers, the visions of tomorrow's workforce. This panel discussion is a unique opportunity for each one of us to explore the evolving job landscape. We have industry leaders and experts ready to share their insights. And yes, they're eager to answer your burning questions.
For those joining the AR/VR Gurukul, get ready for an exciting surprise. Your guru will be Mr. Naveen Shankar, who dons the role of the operations manager at Tilt Lab, a pioneering company at the forefront of metaverse development.
Next, we have Mr. Nikhil Chandran, the CEO of Tilt Labs, a distinguished technology expert, educator, and entrepreneur. Mr. Chandran boasts a decade-long track record in the gaming and film industries.
Sorry, I'm taking 1 minute from you. Sorry, so we have already planned 3 Gurukuls. You will be having Gurukul pass with you, right? Some selected students from each school will be having 3 Gurukul pass. One for AR/VR Gurukul, one for robotics Gurukul, and the other one for humanities Gurukul. Only selected group of 20-25 people will be having that Gurukul pass, right? Who all are having Gurukul pass? Yes. Okay. Now, before moving to the panel discussion, I'm taking 1 minute. For those who are having AR/VR Gurukul pass, can you just go outside? Your volunteers are waiting. The Gurukul will happen simultaneously. Those who are having AR/VR Gurukul pass. And now, those who are having the robotics Gurukul pass can also leave the hall, and people with humanities Gurukul pass can also leave the hall. The volunteers are waiting for you. Now, all yours.
For the robotics enthusiast, we have a Gurukul that specializes in designing and developing robotic solutions. This Gurukul is led by Ms. Aparna P., an expert from Gen Robotics, Kerala's most prestigious and innovative company, headquartered right here in Trivandrum. It has garnered acclaim for its innovative applications that combine technology with social consciousness, making a meaningful impact on society.
And for those curious about careers in humanities, we've got you covered. This Gurukul will be guided by Mr. Dheeraj KR, the Director of Lumina Talent Enrichment Center in Trivandrum, a distinguished institution in the fields of humanities, social science and arts.
Now, we have the panel discussion. We invite Mr. Nikhil Chandran, the CEO of Tilt Labs, on stage. He's a distinguished technology expert, educator, and entrepreneur. He boasts a decade-long track record in the gaming and film industries.
Next, we have Mr. Kannan PS, the Director of Vajra Rubber Products Private Limited. Mr. Kannan's technical acumen has been instrumental in the design and development of key products for esteemed organizations such as the Indian Space Research Organization, Indian Navy, and Indian Defense within the domestic sector.
Next up, we have Ms. Neetu Raghukumar, the Special Correspondent and the Kerala in charge at CNN News 18. With 14 years of diverse experience in print and broadcast journalism, Ms. Raghukumar has developed a strong expertise in covering a wide range of topics, including politics, crime, and health.
Last but not the least, we have Mr. Sharad Babu, Associate Director, Business Transformation Leader at EY. With nearly 2 decades of experience in business management, Mr. Babu has provided leadership to functional teams and spearheaded enterprise-level business transformation initiatives across various domains.
In steering this enlightening journey as a moderator for this session is none other than Mr. Rahul J. Nair, the maverick co-founder and director of Lifeology, whose intensive experience in the learning and development industry has catapulted a heterogeneous group of participants from management aspirants to training executives and senior level managers. He has also designed more than 50 organizational development ventures and is a leading voice we've all become familiar with over the course of this event. Now over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Now, after hearing the MC, I am reminded of a great actor, Liam Neeson. I'll find you, I'll kill you like that. Anyhow, thank you very much for a nice voice and great presentation. Well, dear friends, thank you very much for joining us. We have great 4 people joining me, and I would like to lay down the aesthetics of the discussion. So, we are slightly delayed because of some unfortunate reasons, so let's catch the time up. Now, we have 4 people joining us, and everybody will be giving an opening statement about their profession and what they do. Thereafter, largely the panel discussions, I would like to have more questions from you. I believe you're ready for asking questions, right? Hello? Okay, so we'd like to start with, there's a saying that ladies first, so I would like to continue or just follow that. Neetu, so now the topic for us is the vision, Generation Next Careers, visions of tomorrow's workforce. How do you see this topic? The mic.
Okay, so hello everyone. Can I have some more response, please? Yeah. Okay, so I'm supposed to tell you all about how great my career journalism is, or what are the career opportunities for that. So first of all, let me say, if you guys, when you think of a career, if you're looking at a lucrative career, you have in mind plans that I'll work for so many years, I'll earn this much, I'll have these kinds of material things. If that is how you have planned your career, then please stay away. Don't even look towards journalism. So that's the first thing I want to tell all of you young minds, because only a very minuscule percentage of us get that kind of a lucrative job here as journalism as such. Also, it's a very tough job, a very demanding job. In this generation, we keep saying about work-life balance and how it affects us. But if you're a journalist, news is always there in your mind. Whether you're on vacations, everywhere, news is there in your mind. So have cut short vacations, postponed surgeries, done exclusive interviews from hospital beds. So we have all done that. So that's how it normally works. So I'm not trying to scare you away from it, but if you have the passion for it, the drive for it, it's one of the best career options that you can look at. Because you're not looking at a monotonous 9-to-5 job. Every day is different. You see new people, you have new lives. It's basically everyone's life story that you're telling. And this has a huge power, this medium has a huge power where you can actually change people's life. So we talk about print journalism, television journalism, digital media. Even when we were studying, we were told that print journalism is dead. It will be dying soon, but newspapers still exist. So it's like the profession is there, but you need to have the drive for that and you need to coexist. You need to adapt yourself to the changes, to the new media that is coming in. There are students from 7th standard here, I think I've heard earlier. So I decided or I wanted to be a journalist right from when I was in my 7th standard. I don't know what prompted it, but that's how I remember. Only journalism, that's how I saw my career as. It was difficult, it was tough, but you just work towards that. Reading is something which I want to tell everyone, read. I mean, be it newspapers, be it books, whatever. Read editorials, read opinion pieces. That's the way you improve yourself, you build your knowledge. Knowledge is power. That's something which you can't get away with. In journalism, there are certain niches like be it financial journalism, your tech journalism, sports journalism. There are niche topics which will be a slightly more lucrative than others. But if you're someone like me, we keep saying that a journalist should be a jack of all trades. Like you need to cover everything. So you need to know a little bit of everything, be it politics, be it crime, be it health, be it natural calamities. So that is something which we all strive to. And every day you study hard. The day you think that, oh, you know everything or you've studied enough, there's nothing more you can, that is the day your career as a journalist will end. Also, just one more thing which I want to say is that this medium has a huge power. When I was first posed the question of why I wanted to be a journalist, my answer was that if I could change the life of one person for better in my entire career, I think I would have done my duty, or that would give me job satisfaction. So I've been lucky enough that we could do these kinds of things so far. Yeah. So yes, it is a tough job. Oh, yeah. I'm given a time check, so as you know, journalists getting the mic, it's difficult to give away the mic. So
1 to 2 minutes.
what I want to tell you, one last thing is that, yes, it is a tough job. It is quite demanding. It is highly competitive, but it is worth it. I didn't see any hands going up talking about journalism as a career, but I hope there will at least be some minds who want to pursue this career.
Thank you, Needu. It's just a great opening. Good work. So now we have another person from Vajra Rubbers. It's a company. You know, we all know about Chandrayaan. We know all about Gaganyaan, like the various projects of ISRO. And his company is carrying the rockets and the vehicles is carrying the products from his company. So he's closely working with ISRO from the past few years, and their company is manufacturing various products based on rubber, Vajra rubber. So Kannan is an engineer. So Kannan, now tell me, how do you see the future?
The future for India is actually bright. You know, we have heard, you know, many students always, you know, wanting to go out of India, you know, pursue their career. As you know, some of our speakers told, that's a good thing. You know, but I will encourage you guys. You know, once you reach a certain stage, you know, in that career, you should always, you know, try to come back. You know, there is a lot more, you know, you can give to the community here. So I'll tell a small story. You know, so he told about these different projects. You know, Gaganyaan, Chandrayaan. We are all part of that. And as our chief guest, you know, Madhavan Nair sir, he got inspired by other people. So we are one of those companies who got inspired by Madhavan Nair and his team. And to tell you, to inspire the kids, you know, from where to where you can reach. So we never started as an aerospace company. We started by making rubber flip-flops, chappals. And now I can proudly tell, without the components made at our factory, none of our rockets or missiles can take off. So that's a kind of, you know, progression we could make. So if we could do that, anybody who's sitting here, they can also do the same thing. From very small, humble start, you can actually reach the heights.
Thank you, Karan. Thank you very much. So now, what is your take on this particular topic of the next generation careers?
Check, mic check. Audible? Yeah. Can you all hear me? Brilliant. First of all, thank you to Lifeology and CBSE for organizing such a wonderful event. And I think the turnout itself speaks for how successful this event is. And this is a unique platform that I am being part of. I lead EY's campus hiring program. So we go to different campuses across the country to hire graduates for our organization. And we go to IITs and IIMs and the best business schools. And we do organize similar kind of events, student engagement activities and initiatives. But this is very unique platform because it's from the school. And I consider myself pretty privileged and, to be honest, very lucky to be part of this event. So thank you to Lifeology and CBSE for organizing this. Now, I know there are a lot of inspiring words that have been spoken by some of our guests earlier today, and very, very important words they've spoken about around career, learning, training, aspirations. And I don't think I have anything to add on here, unless you want to know anything specific about technology. Because I work in the technology industry and I do see how the technology is transforming not just our clients or the customers that we serve, but also globally how technology is influencing our lifestyle. It's just going to be transforming our daily life. Now, as I see it, technology is not just going to be the core transformation activity, but I think it's going to be a combination of a lot of other factors. Technology is just an enabler, right? So technology, there's going to be inclusivity, there's going to be flexibility, and overall, how work itself is going to be defined. The way we see work right now is going to be completely different when you see work in about 10 years' time. Because some of these jobs that we see now wouldn't exist in 10 years' time. That's how the transformation is going to be happening. And it's going to be quite rapid, right? You must be aware of AI and Gen AIs and Chat GPTs and how these technologies are already impacting our daily lives. They're all integrated in what we do every day, right? So I think my two cents for this group is about learning. Be a lifelong learner. Right? So don't think that your learning stops with school or college or university, but it's just going to be a lifelong thing. You just have to be very adaptive to things that is happening around you because the whole world is going to transform. So be adaptive, be agile, be flexible in what you do, and also be a lifelong learner. I think those are the key things that I would want to pass on to this group. But other than that, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a Q&A, but any other questions you might have on technology and how technology is transforming the world, I'm happy to take those questions.
Thank you, Sharath. So now we are hearing a lot of buzzwords. One of them is augmented reality. So we have a person from augmented reality, and special computing is a word which he used. We'd like to hear from you on this.
Hi, thank you, Rahul, for inviting me and Lifeology for the wonderful opportunity. And hey kids, how are you? So, I never wanted to be a game developer or I never wanted to be an entrepreneur. I always want to learn myself. But eventually, I landed on entrepreneurship and started giving job to others. Then I see that is a big value than being in a job doing something else. So for me, I think Madhavan Nair sir said the exact word, nobody can see you, what you want to develop or what you want to be or what you want to become. Only you can decide, and the journey towards your career can design what you can become. So I started Till Labs as an AR/VR company back. Then I eventually understand that only with AR/VR we are not going to reach anywhere. We learned metaverses. Then we understood that we are not going to be the top if we only stick with the metaverses. Then we integrated intelligence, the AI part. So we started learning. So it's always the lifelong journey towards learning new things and implementing it. For me, the career or the skills or the path you should took is like, you can always think like you can be a taker, you can be a shaper, or you can be a maker. Like you can take some job or something which is already exist and leave with it. Or you can be a shaper, you can take some existing technologies, build something and be a next generation innovation. Or you can become maker, like what happened with ChatGPT. They created an entire AI engine. What happened to the Mistral, this AI engine? And also Google, Facebook, all things, they created something unique stuff. They become a maker, which create something value out of which was never existed, right? So you can be a taker or shaper or a maker, depends upon the career path you want to choose.
Great, thank you very much. So now we had all the opening statements from our beloved panelists, and I would like to have some questions from the students. See, this is a program for you, not for us. So please ask questions. You can raise your hand, stand up, and you'll get a mic, and tell your school, you tell your name, your school name, and shoot the question. Yes, so we have one person. Can someone give a mic? Volunteers? Keep the questions shorter so that the answers will also be short and sweet.
A warm good morning to the dignitaries on the dais. I am Mohammed Atif from class 9B1, Laila School Trivandrum. As a fervent NEET aspirant looking to pursue a career in surgery, and I'm here to open my eyes to a wider spectrum of career opportunities. I have a question towards Kannan PS, and it is as follows. Can you share insights into the technical skills necessary for design and development in your industry, especially for products you
We lost you there.
It may be a reason.
Can you share insights into the
Yeah, just please come forward. Maybe you'll be in range.
Can you share insights into the technical skills necessary for design and development in your industry, especially for products used in space and defense? Thank you.
I'll make it very simple for you. No rocket science is rocket science, and if you chop it down to very small pieces. I'll give you a very small story. We are a rubber company, but we have also developed a ceramic, the ablative tile, which is going to be used in the Gaganyaan project, where the Indian astronauts are going to go to space and they're going to come back. So to bring them back safely, there is a special tile which is put on the incoming module. So this was, we got this project as a coincidence. I was in ISRO for one of the meetings for development of a rubber product. So I overheard one of the project directors they're telling about that there is a big delay in developing this particular tile and we don't know what to do. So after that phone call which came into his office, I put up my hand and asked, sir, can you explain what is this project you're talking about? So he explained about this particular ceramic which is supposed to be developed in the next 2 years. So after he explained, the next question I asked is, can I give it a try? And the credit should go to that project director. He told yes. Maybe why he told yes was because of our previous history, how we were innovative in developing stuff. So rubber and ceramics are totally different materials. There is no, and we had no clue about this. So after he delegated this project to us, the first thing we did was, doing the research, basic research. That is reading, Googling, then talk to people who are much more intelligent than you. And they could be even below you, they could be having that kind of intelligence. So once we did that and, divided that problem into very small pieces, and when we talked to people, Googled, did the research, and gathered enough information, and by collectively, putting it together, that's the main, integration is the main thing. And we were able to develop this product. They had given us 2 years time, but we could do it in 8 months. And just to give so that you can appreciate, this is the same tile. You'll remember this incident, the Kalpana Chawla incident, where that astronaut, an Indian-born astronaut, and she got vaporized because of one tile, got dislodged from the spacecraft. So it is the same tile which we have now developed for our Indian mission, the Gaganyaan, and it was through this kind of, using the common platforms which we have, small things, and integrated together.
Thank you, Kannan. So, can we have one or two more questions? Yes, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your informative words.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. I am Charu Mana from class 8 in Christina Central School. So, I have a question to Nikhil Chandran, sir.
Yep.
So, according to you, what emerging technologies will have the most significant impact on the gaming and film industries in the coming decade?
It's AI itself. It's going to change and the way people are going to work on this industry. Not only that, we wanted to make sure that we use AI as a third hand, not as a companion or not as a competitor or anything. So directors, filmmakers, game developers use this technology. So in gaming, this kind of technology used far before, but in film it's never. But now there is ChatGPT models, and there are a lot of Lambda models, and there are a lot of things are available. The filmmakers, everything started using it. So AI is going to change the world in terms of filmmaking and the games. That's it.
Thank you. So, are there any other questions? Yeah, please. Wait, hold on, there's a mic. Okay, please ask the question. Okay. Please come forward. I'll give you the mic. Yeah, would you like to?
You can speak.
I think there is a mic.
So, hello, I'm Sanya, and I'm a student of Navjeevan Bedni Vidyalaya. And I have a question to Neeru ma'am. As you said, you come across a lot of people in your life, and that you listen to their stories, especially you write them down. So how do you deal with your mind and your emotions at that particular point? Because you got to be pretty strong, because all the stories are not the same. It depends on the person, the life situations that they've been through. So how do you deal with it?
It's true that when you listen to people, their emotions affect you, but while you're doing the job, you actually have to keep a very calm mind. If you ask me how I do it, I really don't know, because at that job, when I'm doing it, I'm just a journalist trying to get the maximum facts, bring out the story. We say stories because it's stories of people. Bring out the story in the best possible way out, so that it will have the maximum impact on people who are seeing it. When you do it visually, you do the best visually, otherwise you write for it. You said it very correctly, because when I covered the 2018 floods, one of the biggest disasters that our state had witnessed, for 21 days we were out on the streets, hearing the cries of people. For almost a month, I couldn't sleep properly. Like, I used to wake up with these screaming sounds many times, because that's what you see, how helpless people are in front of them. But when you're on the spot, the job matters. So I think that's how I manage that.
Thank you. Yeah, there's one more question. We'll take one more question and we'll move forward.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vaika, and I'm 11th grader from this very school. So my question is to you, Mr. Sharad Babu, sir. Your speech was very insightful. My leadership roles in business management.
No, very good question. To be honest, leadership is a very, very vast subject. Some people say leaders are born. Some people say leadership skills can be trained. So it's all about how you take your mindset, right? So you might be a class leader today. You may not be a class leader today. But it's about how you live your life. In future, you might be a leader of an organization, of a group of people, but you may not be a leader today. So that's what I say. It's all about the mindset, about how you try to train yourself, how do you try to keep yourself updated with what is happening around you, because sometimes leaders have to lead from the front. And for that, you need to know what you're doing, what you're talking about, and what subjects are you dealing with. So you have to be on top of those things. So just make sure that you are agile, adaptive, and you, as I said before, you have to be a lifelong learner. And then leadership roles will come, right? They will come for you. You don't have to hunt for leadership roles. When people see your potential, they see that you have leadership qualities and traits, you will get those roles. You don't have to go and search for those roles. So those are my advices.
Thank you very much. Really sorry, we have one session waiting. So we'll take questions later. Maybe I'll definitely make sure that you'll be having an opportunity to meet Needu. She'll be here itself. So let's close. We are closing this panel discussion and we'll move on to the next session. Over to the MC. Thank you, panelists.
Thank you so much, and apologies for the paucity of time. Since you know time cannot be stretched too much, we would request, Katya is waiting, we have Mr. Uni. We would request the guests to just hold on and receive the token of our gratitude, and we would request Mr. Satish ji to come forward. Can we make Katya hear this? Is Katya on screen? Katya, are we audible to you? Are we audible to you, Katya?
Yes, now I can hear you. Thank you.
Yes. Sorry for the delay, and we are just starting in a minute. Mr. Satish, we would request you to give a good round of applause to Neetu. Neetu, please receive our token of appreciation. The next, Neetu, please. Neetu was very passionate in speaking, journalist, the female journalist, the bold. Thank you. Kannan. Kannan is my name too, so we share the same name. I'm called Kannan Mehom. Thank you, Kannan ji. Thank you so much. Sharath, of course, I know. We have been checking your profile. Very nice, Sharath. Thank you so much. These are all AI avatars designed by our students. Innovative, different kind of mementos. Thank you so much. Yeah. Now we have two wonderful guests. We have Katya, we have Mr. Uni. I hope Uni and Katya, we are audible to you. Are we audible, Katya? Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. They have been patiently waiting for 30 minutes. Thank you so much. And this is Mr. Uni. He's Dr. Uni. He's from India itself. Right now, they are joining us from Finland. Behind Uni, what we are seeing is the Northern Lights, some of the most beautiful lights you can see in the entire world. And Katya is a world-renowned education expert associated and in the Management Institute, Finland. And Dr. Uni is also a profound educational thinker. Katia will be sharing her insights. So Katia, the stage is all yours. Apologies for the delay.
Thank you very much. And warm greetings from Finland. We are having a winter time, as you can see from my background, and in the evening, late nights, we can see sometimes these aurora borealis, which were in Unni's pictures as well as the background. I'm very happy to be able to share you some insights and some experience from Finnish education and how we try to make learning to be fun and also very communicative and innovative as well. So I will share my screen and give you some information. So could someone give me the rights to share the screen first, so then I can share my presentation to everyone. So Finland, as you might know, we are in the northern part of Europe. We have proper winters, proper summers, autumns, and spring times. And we utilize also nature as our learning environment. It doesn't matter if you are a 5-year-old child or if you are a student at the university. So we utilize the nature resources, the learning environment, and relax also when we are learning something. So I would like to share my presentation, but I need host giving me a rights first.
You can share now. It's
okay. Thank you. And then we go. I will talk a little bit about Finnish education general. So what we are a small northern country with 5,500,000 people, 188,000 lakes in that tiny country, and plenty of innovative, skilled people here. So how this is possible? It is possible because we are enhancing their environment. Green competencies, communication skills, digital skills, etc. But we start from the very, very early childhood education in kindergartens. So we want to have continuous assessment how the individuals are proceeding in their learning pathways. Teachers will be continuously trained to be able to give students real life skills, equal opportunities to learn and get support, but also we are trying to make education supporting the well-being of the individual. So all the learning is not happening only at school, it happens also with the free time activities, family life, and we try to see the education and growth as an entity. We use mobile phones as the tools. We have computers, of course, yes, we use those as well. But most relevant thing to learn real life skills and needed professional skills when you are a little bit older, for example, in vocational training, you have to be able to work with each other, with the other people. You have to be able to recognize that where you are good at, what you can do for your life, what is your passion is not enough. You have to be able to assess also yourself, realistic way. So that's why we also teach teachers to do different things, testing different kind of practical learning methods, and help the learners, no matter which age they are. So my name is Katja Väyrynen, and I'm here with my colleague Unni, and we are very happy to give you a little bit more insight that what is the secret behind the entrepreneurial skills, why and how we can enhance those. Goal of the Finnish education is really to grow people, grow human beings, good citizens, persons. We want to support learners, but not only focusing to be graduating from the universities, but also that they can decide what kind of life they want. They can use their skills there. And I will share the presentation also for LiveOn team, so you can find a little bit more from this behind the link about what are these facts or success factors, but they are quite many. And in this picture, they are studying, but they are just sitting around and chilling by nice, cozy, in some. This is good desks, the more then you get the innovations. So well-being at school can do plenty different things with your teacher and the learners together. And when you design your process together, it is possible to do tiny miracles sometimes, and quite often actually. Learning can be fun. Learning must be fun and relaxing also at some point. So entrepreneurial skills are about utilizing human beings' own potential. I will talk a little bit more about this flower picture soon, but I just want to highlight something from the Finnish education. University level education is best of the world. We have the second purest air globally. We can support teachers, we can support other professionals to develop their skill in their work, and they are using their own strength there. That is goal in all kind of organization in Finland, not only in school. So that's why Finns are best in the world to develop their own skills at work as well. So that is why I mentioned that we don't want to enhance only academic skills, but also different other skills what we human being have. And of course, digitalization is part of our country training, and students have equal opportunities to utilize the tools. Online connection is everywhere, etc. But these are just tools. You have to be able to do plenty more than use just digitalization. So I'm not highlighting the digital skills at all. So what we can give to other countries from Finland and share students satisfying methods, etc. So we can organize teacher training, and in Finland, teachers are continuously training themselves, and then employer can support them as well, but they are eager learner as well. My profession is a teacher. I'm all the time doing some study program at the moment as well. So it is a lifelong journey. And when you recognize that where you are good at, what is your dream, you can study all the way of your life, tiny things or bigger things, short-term, long-term, qualifications or not qualifications, but you can learn things. And that's why Finnish teachers are very good at their work, because they are eager learners. And they can test and do different kind of things with their learners in a classroom or outside the classroom. So they can create and develop things also together with the learners. And we see teachers as the game changers. They are, when they are happy, the students are happy. When they are able to have a good dialogue with the learners, students will engage the learning process. So also collaboration skills are not taught for the students and learners, but also it is very important thing for the teachers' work. And when we talk about entrepreneurial skills, there is 75 recognized entry competencies, which we can teach through all the levels of education. This means that when you are a 10 years old child, you will learn a little bit about working in business, or what is a business idea that you can play and run a little shop in your school, for example, with the teachers. We can do different kind of experiments because we are planning things together with the learners. So teachers are supporting the students' idea as well. I will tell a little bit more those later. And then, of course, we utilize ICT skills, we teach programming basics, etc. But I think that India might be even better with these things than Finns. But we are combining different areas of human growth very successfully, and people are self-orientated. They can manage their own time and life. They can find and use their potential, and they can create a happy life. And that's why we Finns probably are the sixth year in a row the world's happiest country. We don't recognize as a Finn that we are happy, but we have opportunities. We have a nice nature, pure air. We are healthy. So there is plenty things to be very grateful. And when we are active in our life, it makes us happier. And I think that is one of the secrets of that. And then more and more in the future, we have to teach about sustainability and circular economy issues. So we call them green competencies. So it doesn't matter also which level you are studying, but you are more familiarized with different kind of issues related to circular economy. How you can be a responsible citizen, how you can maintain your sustainability in your own life, and also protect nature, animals, etc. So that is a huge thing that we are now focusing that even more and more. We have already focused on the entrepreneurial skills and digitalization, so now we are very good at also in green competencies. So I mentioned already that there is 75 entrepreneurial competence areas. So this picture is explaining that there is 3 main areas. Getting ideas, seeing opportunities, that is a big thing. You know, you find opportunities. Then you can organize resources and take to the action. So these 3 areas are split in 5 main competencies, and each of these 5, they will have 5 practical skills that you have to do to be able to use these skills. So we can, for example, do the joint ventures with the Indian stakeholders and Liveology, and we can open more these to schools. We can give guidance how to run, for example, mini business idea and do community projects and practicing these skills at the same time. We can also organize micro-credentials for the students. And of course, via digitalization, we can share our ideas with Finnish schools. So we can build the bridge also to school if you want to have a friendship schools. We can organize courses, workshops, etc. But what is very important, we want you Indian students and you decision makers and education developers, we want you to decide that what is the most relevant things for your country's development, for your individuals. It is very important.
Absolutely. Katia, and we have, if I'm audible to you, we have Mr. Saha, who is such a decision maker, who is the CBSE director. He is in charge of CBSE, is having nearly 30,000 schools across India and Middle East. We have Mr. Satish, who is a very eminent interested in education and deputy secretary. And we have the other people too. So, we would love to have this presentation. We want to have your time. Right now it is running out. So we would like to give a formal thanks to you, and we would love to invite you as one of our resource person and our expert guest in the future programs. So, any concluding words from you?
Sorry, it was a little bit echo, so I couldn't exactly.
Yeah, there may be there is a slight technical glitch. There may be echo problem. So, any concluding words you would like to give us?
How many minutes I have now?
You can conclude in a minute or two.
Okay, thank you. Yes. So what we can provide is different kind of training solutions. We can offer entrepreneurship program that will provide you, for example, for 16 years old or higher from that. We can offer you a program to get a university of access to all European universities, or even bridge program directly to Finland. So there is various possibilities. And for education development, we can have also a program related to product and service development. So there is very many different opportunities to do collaboration. And when we talk about competence of teachers, we have been taking care of the educational skills of teachers, management of teaching process, professional knowledge, and understanding the labor market, where we are aiming at to train new talent youngsters and adults. And then, of course, teachers are always developing their own competencies and working community skills, team working, as I already mentioned. So not only teaching the students and youngsters, youth, we also train all the time the teachers. And we can do collaboration many ways also related to teacher competence development.
Thank you, Katia. And I was mentioning earlier, if I'm audible, am I audible?
We are running out
Yeah,
of
we have
time.
Dr. Bishwajit Saha, who is one of the prominent educationalists here. He's the director of CBSE. We have Mr. Satish, everyone listening to you. They are,
we can create something which
think there is a
is
slide.
unique, which is exactly usable for your purposes, and also supporting you as a learner to be developer and game changer in the future. You can dream big. You should do what you love and love what you do, also in education field, but in all your life.
Okay, Katia, thank you for your time. As I told earlier, maybe they had a technical glitch. That's the reason why you couldn't listen to me. We have some very critical decision makers, senior educationists in India listening to you. We would love to listen to you more. Am I audible to you? Am I audible to you?
Yes.
I think. Here it is showing mute, but I'm audible to you. Maybe it's a tech magic. I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much. We have Mr. Unni. Thank you, Katia, for your valuable time. Unni is also from Kerala. Unni, if you can say hi to our students, especially in Malayalam from Finland, they would love it. I think the students love that Malayalam from Finland. He's a very senior educator there. So, Katia, thank you so much. Students, can we have a huge round of applause for Katia, please? A huge round of applause for Katia. And Unni, thank you so much for your time. We again apologize for the delay because Finland is a very happy nation. They are very punctual, very professional. We got delayed you by 30 minutes and they had to cancel a meeting. So thank you, Katia. Thank you, Unni. God bless. See you again. Yeah. Thank you. Now we have our time. We are moving on to the culmination session and we have 5 to 7 minutes for a quick session. My session was supposed to be 30 minutes, but at the end of the day I had to sacrifice for 23 minutes. So you have something in your hand, right? What do you have in your hand? What do you have in your hand? You have something like this in your hand. And we believe you are also guests. So this 7 minutes is an opportunity to win nearly 10 pens which are given to the guests. This is not a pen, simple pen. If you can see, this is a USB. This is a stylus through which you can use the mobile phone. And this is around, say, 500 rupees. And we are going to give us gifts to you. Fine, 7 minutes and it's gift and interaction time, right? Ready? Stand up for a quick minute and come down. Stand up, stand up, stand up. You should have maximum energy. I know it's time for. So how many of you have filled the first space? Your name, your school? Have you done that? Let's move to the first page. Write 10 words that you associate with career. Have you filled that? You have or you have not? Those students who are going to fill it by standing and writing can sit first. 10 words. നിങ്ങൾ 10 വാക്കുകൾ ഇതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് എഴുതുക. 10 words you associate with career. You stand and write, then you can sit. Your time starts now. 10 words you associate with career. Can we move on to the first slide, please? Go ahead. We'll skip all the slides. Next one, next one, next one, next one, next one, next one. No, back, please. Yeah. 10 words you associate with career. Can be happiness, job, identity, money, payment, salary, remuneration, creativity, anything. Those students who write 10 words can sit. अरे यार सिर्फ 10 words ही है. You only need to write 10 words that you associate with your career. You cannot copy this. Now I see that girl looking onto the other paper. You associate with career. You associate with your parents' career, long work, hard work, tiring days, happiness, sadness, remuneration, money, identity. Who you are generally is defined by what you do. Who is Virat Kohli? Cricketer. Virat Kohli might be anything else, but we know him by what he does. Who is Sri Narendra Modi ji, our PM. See, that's a part of his career. He's part of being a leader. So what you do defines who you are. And those students who can write 10 can sit. There are so many words. Words like salary, hard work. You heard brilliant words of Madhavan Nair sir, who was very sagely. You heard Saha sir's vibrant and igniting words. You heard Bala Iyer sir. Okay, let me give you 10 words. Hard work. Of course, career is about hard work. Money. Definitely it is about money. Creativity. Of course, it's about creativity. Identity. It is about who you are and a sense of identity. Long working hours. Definitely that might be a possibility. Work-life balance. That might be a possibility. So there are a lot of words. Are you ready to get 10 words? And my final question before you all can sit. If you are not able to even associate 10 words with your career, how well are we equipped with a career? How well are we equipped with career guidance is something you should think. So bring more notions, more ideas and more words to your mind. Second one, please sit, please take your seats, please take your seats. You have heard in our speeches, identify 5 to 6 careers which are on the rise. I am a movie ticket booker. Is my career on rise? I am booking movie tickets for people. Is my career on rise? Book My Show is there. Right? So what might be the careers that might be on the rise? Anything. AI, robotics. Next slide, please. Next slide. Go ahead. Next slide. Next slide. We will have this slide. We had a very detailed presentation. But since for the paucity of time, the next one, please. Next to next one. Yeah, back. 5 to 6 careers which are on the rise. AI specialist, robotics, prompt engineering. ChatGPT to suna hoga, right? You might have heard of ChatGPT, which will help you prepare assignments. Teachers hate ChatGPT. All the teachers say those who use ChatGPT are cheaters. So prompt engineering is one. So any 5. And the third question, the 21st century skills you need to acquire your dream career. What do you think are the 21st century skills you need to acquire for your dream career? If you want to become a journalist, a police officer, an IAS officer, IFS officer, what do you think are the skills you need? You can write at least 3. And the next part is very important because the next are not to be filled by you. You should take this to your home. You should show this to your parents. And the questions are, 3 careers you may excel according to your parents. What are the factors that inspire the parents to choose the above 3 career fields? This is called a 360 degree, a kind of 360 degree evaluation. Don't write on those papers, but take it to your parents, take it to your teacher, take it to your 2 good friends so that you can have something. Then the next page, you can have reflections from all these sessions. What you have gathered, what you have amassed in these sessions. In 5 minutes, we will be going to the culmination session with the brigadiers are already reached. Army wale wo to hamesha punctual hota hai. They will always be on time. They have come earlier. But now the time for the guests. The first person to reach here and tell us which is the lengthiest word in English will get this prize. I don't know. I don't see raised hands. The first person to reach the stage and tell in this mic the lengthiest word. I don't know. The first person to tell. Please don't fall down. I don't know. Oops. I don't know. Go ahead in the mic.
Immuno ultra microscopic silica volcanic coniosis.
Good one. Good one. Please give everyone a huge round of applause because they had a good try. But one more question. This is a technical word. Which is the lengthiest word in the common English parlance? Yes, you are right. You are absolutely right. This is pneumono-ultramicroscopic silico-volcanoconiosis, which is kind of a disease. This is a technical word. Which is the lengthiest word in normal English? Go ahead.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
You tried it well, but that word is not accepted. See, yeah, go ahead. Try.
Hypermonstrastoskipedaliophobia. It is the fear of long words.
Good one. Well tried.
Rhythm, the largest word to have like no vowels.
Yeah. I think they have all tried well. See, when I was in 6th standard, I wanted to know the lengthiest word in English. It took me 3 weeks to find it. How long will you take to find it? 3 seconds? Just go to Google, just type. And as he rightly said, the lengthiest word is pneumono-ultramicroscopic silico-volcanoconiosis. But the lengthiest word, what he said is good, but that word is not accepted by major dictionaries. Then the right pronunciation is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. But the lengthiest acceptable word is flossinosihnihilifilification. The second lengthiest word is honorificabilitudinitatibus, a usage by Shakespeare. But a huge round of applause for all the courageous people who came here. And the winner has this prize. Thank you so much. Thank you. You can all go down. Thank you. We will have other 2 questions too. Don't worry. Now a very interesting question. You might have seen Rahul J. Nair. Sir, Rahul J. Nair's, Rahul J. Nair's grandfather was a great soldier and all. So he keeps on telling me that Rahul J. Nair's grandfather, who was 90 plus, he participated in the First World War and he got a particular coin for that participating in First World War by 1918. It is written, honors for participating in First World War. Is this coin genuine or fake? Give me a reason. His grandfather has a coin or a great badge called honored for participating in First World War, and this was given by 1918. Is it true? Is the coin genuine? Now this is an aspect of critical thinking. It is explicitly written, honor for participating in First World War. Is this right or wrong? Why? Why is the critical question? Many of you might have understood that this might not be a genuine coin. I don't know. I don't see anyone. I only see those people who are on the stage, because stage is where you should belong. The first person to come and give the right answer. You would also like to try. Somebody is running? Yeah.
Actually, the badge honored for fighting in the First World War is fake, because in that time, World War was
Yes, it's okay.
was for every people, and it was not like an option or something. It was forced. We are forced to join the military.
Honor cannot be given, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And number 2, war is not.
Hold on. Let him complete.
And war is not a something.
Competitiveness is good, but not unhealthy one. Yeah.
War is not something to be celebrated or honored.
Got it.
We are just fighting ourselves.
Yeah. Okay.
What happened many years ago, and his grandfather has to be very old.
Okay. Grandfather has. To be honest, Rahul J. Nair is very old. He's pretend to be young. Yeah, it's okay. Come. Yeah.
At the time of the First World War, they wouldn't have known that there would be more wars. So how did they know it was the First World War?
Amazing. You are about to tell them. Go ahead.
Also, it was the Second World War had not happened, so it was not known as the First World War. Also, it was known as the Great War, not the World War I or II or anything like that.
Absolutely.
So that usage will not be valid at that time period.
You can also try the answer. It's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead with the answer. Yeah. Speak. Your name?
My name is Navin Mohammed.
Navin Mohammed. Go ahead.
I thought the Second World War didn't happen. So they wouldn't know there was World War I.
Exactly. This was not a general question. This was a question which was given for Infosys. By the time of 1918, how can they call it First World War? Because only after Second World War happened, we used to start calling the other thing the First World War. Because only after Second World War happened, there can be a First World War, right? As she rightly said, at that point of time, it was called the Great War. This was a question given by Infosys for critical thinking. That means you cannot have some kind of a fake coin by First World War. Fine? Good answers for all the three. Good one, Navin. Good one. Brilliant answer by you. Congrats you all. Tried well. Your name? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. You can go back. Yeah. Now the last question. We are in Loyola, one of the best institutions, in Kerala and South India, especially by the Jesuit priests. They are really, focusing on education, and we all, love Jesus Christ and admire. I once got a coin which has written in it BC 5. Should I take this coin at face value? Is this coin right? The coin I got was BC 5. मुझे एक coin मिला. उस coin में हर एक coin में, in every coin the date is written, right? In every coin 1982, 2000, 2002, these kind of dates are written. The coin I got had the date of BC 5. Is it a genuine coin? Is it a good coin? Should I take it? Is it acceptable? The time for the last pen. Very expensive pens. Please don't fall down while running. You have amazing energy. Yeah, go ahead.
How will one know after that coin was invented it was BC or AC? AD. BC or AD.
Okay, let's see if there are better answers. Go ahead.
In BC, before Christ, it is so many old, it is a myth. There was before Christ, the things that happened was a myth. So it's the coin will be.
Well tried. I'll repeat the question for them. I have a coin. I got a coin. Satish sir might be knowing. We know, there are many frauds in Kerala who has this ancient so-called relics. So I had this coin of BC 5. I'm simply asking them, is it a good coin, bad coin? Should I accept it? Is it fake? Go ahead with your answer.
Okay, we all know what BC means. It means before Christ. If the coin was made before Christ was born, then how do they know that Christ will exist?
Okay, good. Any more? Go ahead with your answer.
Sir, almost at the half of the life century or the half of the life starting, it was barter system fallout and no money was invented. And how do the BC ones have the coin or the money?
But we had the ancient Greek coins. Any other answer? Please.
Still, mine is similar to what was said earlier. So, if it's 5 BC, if that coin was made in 5 BC, then that would mean Christ was born after that time. So they wouldn't know that Christ is going to exist, as was said earlier.
Correct.
So how would they know it is BC?
All those, give the answers. Come here, please. Yeah.
So it's BC, which means it's before Christ.
Yeah.
So if it's before Christ, then Christ came 5 years after BC 5. So how do they know there is a person called Jesus Christ who is going to be born?
Okay, we'll see.
Well, BC and AD, they are created by historians actually, and this was created in the 18th and all. So BC is way before these terms were invented.
Okay, let's see. 2 more. No, go ahead with your answer. It is about articulation.
In BC 5, how do they know, the people of that time, how do they know that a person called Jesus Christ is coming into this world and all?
Okay, let's see. Go ahead with your answer, please.
The answer I have is a pretty general one. So the acceptance of Jesus Christ and the marking of BC and AD came to be made by historians who just want to organize all these folders. So my answer is that if there's a coin which has 5 BC inscribed on it, then how did the historians know that it was 5 BC at that time? It's not like they had manual calendars and stuff, right?
Anyone else to answer? You would like to. You all answered, right? Yes. Last answer. Go ahead.
BC cannot exist because before there is no Christ, so BC was not invented yet. So therefore it cannot be BC.
Your name?
Lucas.
No, your name.
My name is Lucas.
Wow. Lucas, is this your first time on stage?
Yes.
Please give a huge round of applause for Lucas. This is the first time on your stage. And it's very natural. I can feel his heart throbbing, his knees trembling. This happens to everyone. This really happens. You will all have a gift. And the right answer is, as many of them mentioned, no coin can have a BC 5 printing because Jesus Christ was born sometime later. So how can those people at that point of time know that a person is coming after 5 years? BC and AD are very later organized by historians or people to mark BC and AD. So these are absolutely right answers, and I think You gave the right answer. You gave the right answer. I have some more pen. Don't worry. One more person said the right answer. I think you also. We will get you the gift. The most important thing, just stay on for a moment. It is less about whether your answer is right or wrong. It is less about whether your answer is right or wrong. But in your age, it is more about the courage to articulate, the courage to tell, the courage to come to the stage. Thank you so much. A huge round of applause for all these. Please. Thank you. Thank you. And please remember, this is National Youth Day. The birthday of Swami Vivekananda made National Youth Day by the Indian government. Not only he trembled, Swami Vivekananda in the iconic speech in Chicago, he was asked thrice to speak. Swami Vivekananda himself writes, he was asked thrice to speak before he gave his epoch-making speech. And he didn't, stand up because his knees were trembling. He was being afraid. Swami Vivekananda says, for 2 times I was shy, I was afraid, I was having inhibition. And what is NGF all about? Is breaking you out of your inhibition, showing you the guidance to the right path, overcoming the fears you have. And please remember, like Winston Churchill rightly said, before my first stage, my knees were trembling like this. He said, before my first stage, my knees were trembling like this. And after 1,000 stages, my knees are still trembling. Only one thing changed. I now know how to manage it better. I now know how to overcome it. It is natural for everyone to have an inhibition. You might have observed, when you decided to stand up, even when you have taken the decision that I want to go, then suddenly your adrenaline will start pumping. You will be getting ready for a do or die situation. You will be getting ready for a fight or flight situation. Only those students who will have courage to overcome, जिसको डर के आगे जा सकते हैं, डर के आगे जीत है, और beyond fear is the real success. And only if you can have that, we will be able to fruitfully materialize things. So all these experts, please remember, they are just to ignite you. They are just to inspire you. They are just to give you knowledge and give you a thirst and insight into what you should do. It is up to you how you understand. And please remember, it is not about what you eat. It is about what you digest. It is not about what you eat. It is about what you digest. It is not about what you read, but about what you realize. It is not about what you dream, but what you do really makes the difference. And National Guidance Festival, from the part of Lifeology, we had the privilege to go to 10 different states under the guidance of Dr. Saha, under the leadership of Mr. Satish, under the leadership of all the CBSE officials. We could connect to, I personally had the privilege to go to Assam, to Uttarakhand. Our team members went to Chennai. Our team members went to all the other spaces. So it is about making the best of the God-given opportunity to you to know more people. And right now you also have an opportunity without falling down. Remember, I'm going to give you an opportunity without falling down. The brigadier is almost there. We are going to invite him with a song. He will be coming in 5 minutes. So in the next 1 minute, all those students who are sitting in the back, you have a lot of spaces available in the front. Please feel free to come forward. It's very easy, comfortable, cozy sitting in the back. Nobody is going to push you to the front unless you push. So all those students in the back, please stand up. All those students in the back, please stand up. If you decide that you are only going to sit in the back, you are never going to come forward, no one else is going to push you. Maybe your parents will be interested, maybe your close brother or sister, maybe your good friends. Come forward, come forward. Please come forward. You are going to have a very good music performance by Loyola team. You are going to listen to a brilliant brigadier, one of the youngest brigadiers of India, Brigadier Salil, who is in charge of the Southern Command, who is coming from Pangon, who himself is a Keralite and Malayali. Come forward, come forward, come forward. And our request would be only one thing. Do you know what that is? The greatest enemy you have is, the greatest enemy you have is the inhibition inside you. ये inhibition का मतलब क्या है? What do you mean by inhibition? Inhibition meaning? Inhibition माने? If I push this podium to the front, there is a force acting in the podium resisting the change. What is that force called? 7th standard physics. Inertia, as you rightly said, inertia is acting on it. And what is inhibition? Psychological inertia, lifeological inertia. You don't want to move. If I give you an opportunity, who would like to raise the hands? Your mind will say something like, and the third time, your mind will tell you the ultimate lie you will ever hear. You know what is that ultimate lie? Next time I will stand up and go. Next time I will go to the stage. There is no next time. Whenever the time comes, it comes as this time. Please remember, there is no tomorrow. Whenever the time comes, it will come as this time. That's the reason one. It is brilliantly written in this NGF, in the backdrop of this. The future starts today, not tomorrow. You might have seen movies like time machine movies. Time machine movie katidle. Time machine ne dekha hoga aapne sab time machine movies, Marvel kind of movies where you go in time machine. In real life, please understand, there is no time machine. You are not entering the future. Please remember this. You are not entering the future. You are creating the future by the actions of today. When the future comes, you are not entering the future as if there is a particular time zone where the Marvel god Thor comes, where the Captain America will jump through a time loop, where the Hulk and the Superman will come through a quantum loop. It doesn't happen like that. It only happens in Marvel and DC movies. It happens in the Thor movies. It happens in the Superman and Batman movies. In real life, future starts today. Because when you decide to create a future, you will be able to do that. And by the time Brigadier comes, I will share a small snippet of why we are passionate about it, and I will close. When I was in 8th standard, my father passed away. We were in Delhi. He was the senior manager in Federal Bank. His name was Ishwaran Nambudiri. So we came back to Kerala. So my mother was confused after 12th what I should do. So 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. I never had an idea what to do. So on that particular fateful day, one of our relatives came to my house, and he and the family told my mother, his father was in bank, so he might be good with economics. And I'm not telling a story, I'm telling my real life story. So my mother said, yeah, why don't we take economics? And then I studied economics, then I went to London School of Economics, then I had the higher studies. But economics as a subject never excited me. It never gave me a kick. It never inspired and ignited me. I studied, I got 73% marks, I had very good marks, but there was no passion, there was no fire, there was no ignition. Some of you may have seen me on TV as a debater, as a person who discusses, as a speaker. I should have ideally studied LLB or law. I realized it 20 years later. I should have realized it by the age of 18, but I realized it by the age of 38. And I realized I should have studied law, and I studied LLB in the Corona times for 3 years, and last week I enrolled as an advocate in the Kerala High Court. But I'm very happy, thank you for this, but I lost 20 years of my life because of that wrong decision. I would have been an advocate by the age of 21 or 22, I could have practiced in Supreme Court, thanks to God, but 20 years of my life I lost because I took a wrong career path. I took a wrong trajectory. Economics is a great subject, but that subject is not suited for me. Law might be a great subject for me, but not be a great subject for you. Journalism might be a great subject for Neetu or Kavya, who was working earlier, but not for a Rahul Jainar or others. Army might be a great subject for our Brigadier sir. Please give him a standing ovation, please. A standing ovation for Brigadier Salil, please. Thank you so much, sir. We are very excited to listen to you. So I'll conclude by saying, Please understand and discover yourself. Understand your career path, what is suitable to you, what is right to you. Understand your tendencies, or what Swami Vivekananda called vasanas, your innate abilities. Then work on it. That will really change your life. And we are privileged to have some people who understood who they are and who really changed their life. With great respect, with great dignity, it's my privilege to call Brigadier Salil onto the stage. Sir, please, can we have you on the stage, please? We have a performance lined up for you, and after that we would request Brigadier Salil, Sahas sir, our respected fathers all to the stage. The students are waiting for you. Thank you, sir.
മാനമൊരു മായാജാലം കാക്കക്കറുപ്പൂപ്പാളികളോറും ഇതിലേ വരൂ വരൂ മണിമുകിലേ ചൂടവന ശൈലയിലെങ്ങോ മാരനൊളി കണ്ണാലെന്തോ കാട്ടുന്ന നേരത്തന്തി മാനമൊരു മായാജാലം കാക്കകറുപ്പൂപ്പാളിക തോറും ഇതിലേ വരൂ വരൂ മണിമുകിലേ ജീവലയമസുലപനിമിഷം കാലമൊരു മധുമയ ഹിമകണമായി പൂവിലൊരു തേങ്കിലി അണയുകയായി വെള്ളി അടിപറയാ സുമശര പരവശയായി ഈ മകരന്റെ ചപലത സഹിയാരേ സുമശര പരവശയായി ഈ മകരന്റെ ചപലത സഹിയാരേ സരസിജനയനന്റെ പദതളിരണയുവാൻ പറയുക മണി സഖി ചേരുക മാലിനി സുമശര പരവശയായി ഈ മകരന്റെ ചപലത സഹിയാരേ നാദനോംദ്രനാനിനിം ദീം ദീം നിരന നാദനോംദ്രനാനിനിം ദീം ദീം നിരന നാദനോംദ്രനാനിനിം ദീം ദീം നിരന ദുദുദാരിന നദില്ലന തജം തരകടലീം നിസനിദ മദനി തജം സനിദ മഗ മഗരി സന്തരിടും സുമശര പരവശയായി ഈ മകരന്റെ ചപലത സഹിയാരേ തജം തരകട തജം തരകട തജം തരകട 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 തജം തരകട തജം തരകട തജം തരകട 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 ചാളേ മുത്തണിഞ്ഞ പെണ്ണെ കല്ല് കൊത്തുവായാടി നീ വിത്തെടുത്ത് കുത്തി 10 പണമാക്കി വാങ്ങിയൊടി മൂക്കൂത്തി വിത്തുവില ചാളേ മുത്തണിഞ്ഞ പെണ്ണെ കല്ല് കൊത്തുവായാടി നീ വിത്തെടുത്ത് കുത്തി 10 പണമാക്കി വാങ്ങിയൊടി മൂക്കൂത്തി നുണച്ചിക്കായലും കുതിച്ചി പാടവും വിളങ്ങി കാലമേ കത്ത വന്ന് കുത്തിയാടി ഒത്തുപോകും മുമ്പേ ഒത്തുവരിക നിങ്ങൾ ഒത്തുവരിക നല്ല കുളിരല തെളിയാൻ ഒത്തുവരിക ജം തജം തജം തതക ജം ജം തജം ഇലകലകലക ജം ജം തജം തജം തതക ജം ജം തജം ഇലകലകലക ജം ജം വിരചാളേ മുത്തണിഞ്ഞ പെണ്ണെ ചല്ലുകുത്തവായ ഇലകലകലക ജം ജം തെടുത്ത് ചുത്തി 10 പണമാക്കി ഭംഗിയുടെ നോക്കൂത്തി നുണച്ചിക്കായലും കുതിച്ചി പാടവും വിളങ്ങി കാലമേ തത്ത വന്ന് കൊത്തിയാടി ഒത്തുപോകും മുമ്പേ ഒത്തുവരിക നിങ്ങൾ ഒത്തുവരിക നല്ല കുളിരല തെളിയാൻ ഒത്തുവരിക കൊയ്ത്തുമേതി കഴിഞ്ഞ് എല്ലാരും പോയി 10 പരാളമേ പാട്ടിന് പോയി തമ്പ്രാനും ഓ കൊയ്ത്തുമേതി കഴിഞ്ഞ് എല്ലാരും പോയി 10 പരാളമേ പാട്ടിന് പോയി തമ്പ്രാനും ഓ വള്ളംകളി താളമിട്ട് പാട്ട് പാടി നൃത്തമാടി നിറയണ നിറയണ കുളിര കുളിരണ് ഒത്തുവരിക നിങ്ങൾ ഒത്തുവരിക നല്ല കുളിരല തെളിയാൻ ഒത്തുവരിക റും തരരരത്തം തരരരരം തരരരത്തം തരരരരം തരരരത്തം തരരരരം തരരം 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 തരരരത്തം തരരരരം തരരരത്തം തരരരരം തരരരത്തം തരരരരം തരരം 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 തര പുതുമഴയിലാരോ പുളകമണി തേടി പുതുവസന്തം തുയിലുണർത്തി പവനുരുകി ഭൂമി കളിയാട്ടം പുതുമഴയിലാരോ പുളകമണി തേടി പുതുവസന്തം തുയിലുണർത്തി പവനുരുകി ഭൂമി കളിയാട്ടം ചൂടവന ശൈലേലെങ്ങോ മാരനൊളി കണ്ണാലെന്തോ കാട്ടുന്ന നേരത്തന്തി മാനമൊരു മായാജാലം കാക്കകറുപ്പൂപ്പാണികളോറും ഇതിലേ വരൂ വരൂ മണിമുകിലേ രജതകാര വലയമസുലഭ നിമിഷം കാലമൊരു മധുമയ ഹിമകളമായി പൂവിലൊരു തേൻകിളി അണയുകയായി മെല്ലെ കളി പറയാ
Thank you so much. Now we would request our dignitaries to please come onto the dais, sir. Please. Brigadier Salil, please give a huge round of applause for all our dignitaries. Satish sir, Dr. Bishwajit sir, please. Rahul J. Nair, Father Roy, Father Salvin, please. We have amidst us Brigadier Salil MP, and as you can know, young and vibrant, looks like a person comes straight from the stage and screams. Sir, please, we are all waiting to listen to your address. Sorry for this slight delay. The stage is all yours. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Jai Hind. Before I start my speech, I would like to congratulate the entire management and the staff and everyone who has worked towards making this event a grand success. Secondly, I would love to express my sincere gratitude towards the blessings of Almighty so that I can attend such honorable functions in my own hometown, Trivandrum. And also, gratitude to each and every one for having organized this event wherein students from various parts of the country are here. Initially, when I have been told to give this motivation sort of lecture, I have been told to cover this under dream, dare and defend. I have gone through the process myself of all these three words of dream, dare, defend, and I want to convey to the students, I am still undergoing the process of dream, dare and defend at every step. I want to convey to the students that whatever is your passion, whatever is your learning is a continuous process. It never ends by just getting a job or it ends in one's profession. You switch profession to one profession to other. But what I feel is this learning and your dedication is a continuous thing which will last you forever. Before I start this thing, I just want any one of you can just tell me what is the difference between a dream and a goal. Anyone? Anyone from the stage? Any students can come and raise your hands. You can come up.
Hi all, I'm Nasha of grade 8 and I'm not sure if it is correct or not, but in my opinion, dream is something that it just goes through our imagination and we are never sure that we will achieve it or not. But goal, it is something that we set from the big time we think we need to. And I think it is sure that we will achieve it. So that is the difference between dream and goal.
I think dream is something like we see, we want to become and the goal is what we want to become or achieve in our lives. Main difference is goal is also a dream that we want to achieve. We can see dreams in the sleeves also, but that is different from the goals. Because goals we can achieve them, we want to achieve them. That is the goals.
Thank you. And being the first students who has come on the stage, please accept this small token of gift from our side. I'll come ahead of the stage. It's better to interact with you and all more and more. Yes, what they say dream. I can tell you one thing. First of all, I should introduce myself. I am Brigadier Salil MP. I belong to Trivandrum. Right from my UKG till 4th standard, I studied in St. Teresa's Convent in Neyatinkara. And followed by 1 year, I was in Vidyadharaja. And after that, I had gone to Sainik School, Kadakutam. From 6th to 12th standard, I passed out from 92 batch of Sainik School, Kadakutam. And after that 1 year, I did my hotel management from Institute of Hotel Management and Catering Technology of Kollam. And after that, I joined the National Defence Academy, then my Indian Military Academy, and got commissioned to Assam Regiment Infantry in the Indian Army. And prior to this, I have had various postings all over the country, including mission abroad in Congo. And now I have been posted after a tenure at Kashmir. I am posted here as the Station Commander and the Brigade Commander at Trivandrum. What I want to say in front of you all, at a certain point, like when you are in 6th standard, 7th standard and all, you can keep dreaming, actually speaking. When I was in 5th standard, I wanted to join a boarding school. So that was what somebody told me, you must join a boarding school, why to be a day scholar. So that is why I applied in Loyola School also. At the same school where I am standing today, I applied for Loyola School, Christnagar and all. But I think the next year onward, they stopped the boarding school. That's what I was speaking to the principal also. They stopped the boarding school from that year. So finally, I written the entrance examination of Sainik School and got through the Sainik School. So when I was in 7th standard or in 8th standard, you dream, I wanted to become a cricketer. That was my dream because I used to start watching sort of cricket match. But at the same time, in my school, there are a lot of encouragement of being from Sainik School. There are a lot of people come and a lot of your old boys, they go to NDA or something. And when I was in 7th, a 12th standard person, he is going to joining National Defence Academy. So when we see such personalities, you start dreaming. That is the start of dream, actually, for a career, I am saying. So what these two students have told about what the difference between dream and a goal. Dream is something you can keep dreaming. Dream is the start point of anyone's life. There are two types of dreams. One is the dream which you actually see during your sleep. And second thing, the dream which you want to aspire yourself for. There are two types of dreams, biologically also. Then, when you talk about a dream, I want to achieve something. That I am dreaming for. But when it becomes a goal, when you start working towards that dream, and you make timelines for that dream. Okay, so I can share more of my experience of my life with you, how I have gone through the profession of arms right from the Sainik School time onwards. So I just thought, okay, I can also join the armed forces. But I was not very keen to join the armed forces, let me be very frank, because I felt that armed forces require a person with a lot of physical fitness, a lot of toughness and all, which I was not. Even today I am not very, very tough person or something, even if you might see me in uniform. One should understand there are a lot of people who are very good in sports, there are a lot of people very tough and rough in the curriculum. So those are the people who prefer, they will join the armed forces. Over a period of time, when you come to 10th, 11th, even that is the time also I was not convinced, why should I join armed forces? I had this thing, okay, it is good to join armed forces, but that was not the first option in my career at that point of time. Towards the 12th standard time, that is the time I was thinking, okay, it is very difficult it's not easy for any person. After 12th is the time when you start thinking which is the career you must opt out for. Because till 12th, you are mostly in a comfort zone. You must always understand that. What happens in our time is, because today the students are much more aware. of the social media and all these platforms are there. In our time, when in 90s or something, 92 I passed out, so that's the time we are not aware about a lot of things. There is no WhatsApp, there is no mobile. The awareness level was much, much lesser. Our awareness level was basically by our teachers, by our parents, and our elderly friends or the school seniors who had actually settled in form of the life or the other. And being in science school, there used to be a school old boys association function which is happening every day. So I find that is one of the best practices which my school has followed. Means if your students, old students are coming and they speak about a profession. When I mean about profession, I am not just talking about armed forces profession. Some people are engineers, some people are doctors, some people are lawyers, some people have some people straight away go for the graduation and go for post graduation, and they get some people are entrepreneurs, they start their own business. There are so many people you find who will carry their passion or the dream and further make it achieve in that way. But one thing I want to say, if somebody is thinking that I want to be a lawyer, or I want to be an army officer, I want to be a doctor, I just advise the students, please don't go. What happens is this thing, extreme passion for any profession, and if you are unable to achieve at times, it leads to disappointment or frustration. Like for example, in my case, I didn't pass my National Defence Academy exam in my first attempt. When the results came, we were 5 of us studying together, and all 4 have passed except me. I felt very bad. I felt very sad. In fact, that time my passion of armed forces have risen to a level that I thought I must join the army. And extreme passion, 2 days. So I did not clear my exam that point of time. But once I came out of my school, then I understood it's not the armed forces alone. It is even if I go for a graduation, if I want to join armed forces, I can join after that. Second thing is like, in the meantime, I written hotel management, this thing. So I got through hotel management. When I went to the second profession after science school, then I find there is much more learning and so many facets. After having done 7 years in science school, gone through a hotel management profession, this is just only 1 year plus I did in that institution. But today also the amount of connect I have got towards that institution today, the amount of things the teachers and the students and so many my colleagues and all taught there, today I can walk up to that institution being an alumni even if I have not even completed that course. So that's why I'm saying we must always have secondary options. The first option is not this thing. Everybody is not destined to get the first option what we want in life. So that is why you must try for multiple options. I was even within the armed forces also, I was a Naval Academy of Tea. Being from Kerala, I thought I must be with the seas and around the surrounding areas. And army was not my choice. When I went for my SSB interview, that is the 3rd time I have cleared my exam. That time I went for my Air Force interview, which I never wanted to join. And finally I joined army. So that is how your destiny takes you in a lot of ways. But what I wanted to tell the students is, if you have got a dream, please work for that dream. And please take guidance from your parents. Please take guidance from your teachers. Please take guidance from the elderly colleagues. What I want to take, like before I had come here, I spoken to a lot of young generation people, especially young officers who are much, much younger than me. I already put in 27 years of commissioned service after my 4 years of training. So when I was aspiring for a job, it was 30 years back. But today, when I speak to a young officer who is just commissioned, and I also start speaking to the students who are my own daughter is in 10th standard. So when I speak to today's generation, with their awareness level, you people are much, much better off, because the amount of transformation which has taken place in our own country, right from 90s till today, today's generation will understand the principle, and the people of our age and the around 30s onwards till around 50, they'll understand the amount of transformation our own country has undergone. Now, when you say about the second word which I have been given to speak about is the dare. The dare means if you got something to, if your passion is to become something, how exactly you are going to achieve that? Like for example, you must always have 2-3 options of a profession. So when you start daring to opt between these options of choice, Like you go in, okay, there are people who want to join the armed forces, but after 12th, immediately you may not get into that stream of 12th. But still there are people who have taken the option of going in for a graduation, then again appearing for a CDS, Combined Defense Service Examination. There are people who have joined after engineering also. So what I can convey is that joining in armed forces, you have got multiple opportunities. Because there are a lot of other people will motivate you for joining the other streams. And since I am being from the armed forces, I would like to convey everyone that after 12, there are a lot of schemes of if you have got 75% or 80% plus, you will be automatically getting called for an SSB interview directly and started joining. There are a lot of commission avenues open right now after 12th standard, other than the National Defense Academy, through communication engineering, also electrical and mechanical engineering, civil engineering, wherever you will get that BTech degree from the armed forces itself. And even if you have done your graduation, you can join the armed forces after that. Only thing I always feel, every day keep learning yourself and keep striving for excellence. I just want to quote that: honor and shame from no condition arise. Act well your part. Work hard, there all the honor lies. Then, when at this point of time, you start, be a team member. Once you become a team member only, you can become a team leader. Because army generally looks for a person who can be a team member, also a team leader. And secondly, in armed forces, we are looking generally for average persons. We are not looking for a person with a very high level intellectual. Because when you write an exam, once you clear the exam, when you have to get into the armed forces, there is something called as a service selection board interview. The service selection board interview is a 5 to 7 days interview, which churns out the psychology. There will be group testing, there will be an interviewing officer. So whenever you are attempting that interview, all your qualities actually come out. Because first of all, when you are going for an interview, you must know what exactly is an interview, what the interviewing officers or what the interviewing panel is looking at you. They are looking for certain qualities which has to be there. There are certain qualities which can be groomed by training. So when you are going in for that, please understand the interview aspect of it. Because if I speak about the interview, it itself will take around 2 to 3 hours how to prepare yourself for an interview. So prepare yourself for an interview in the way what the qualities you require for that interview. And third aspect is defend. While doing all these aspects, please defend the honor of your country, please defend your own respect. And all these aspects are involved while you are preparing for any aspects of it. And since I will not give a very longish lecture for these things because of, I can only tell about my experiences of how I joined the army. And army gives you an opportunity to travel abroad, travel within. Mainly, I worked in almost all the states of India. And being India, having a lot of, you might have already read through the history of India. We have got issues with certain neighbors, and we have got insurgency environment, we have got a lot of challenges. So it's a very challenging field. There are a lot of people who think, like for example, some people go in for an adventure activity. It's for a lifetime experience. For an army person, it's a routine for us. Where the adventure is a routine for all of us. So army gives you a lot of adventure, this thing. Army gives you a lot of life. And don't think army is just only adventure. Army has got doctors, army has got engineers, army has got all professions imbibed in armed forces. Army produces scientists. If you want to pursue any of the profession, army has got all fields in that. You got engineers there, you have got signal communication engineers, you have got infantry, you have got people on tank men are there. You can be from in the armored corps. There are so many facets in the armed forces. It's a plethora of events. It's a life by itself. Any student who wanted to ask any question to me for as far as the thing is concerned about the armed forces, you are most welcome. You are free to interact at any point of time, right now or after this. And anybody who want to come up to the stage and ask certain things, most welcome here. Please.
Just 2 questions. Lunch.
I want to join the army as a cadet, but I'm not really known about this because in my family there aren't many people in the military. So I was actually waiting for someone to talk about. So I plan I first planned to like write the NDA directly and join the army, but my parents told me to graduate first as BTech and try out IMA. So, what's the difference, like writing directly and like after graduating?
Like sir, like you said, like there are opportunities for scientists in army. So can you explain the what are the opportunities for them to?
Yeah, I appreciate the questions. I'll take on the second question first. Okay. Today, you must understand the world is actually going in a very technologically leaping world. It's not technological development. It's a technological. We are leaping in technology in a lot of fields. Like armed forces is not just like we just fight on the borders alone. We also got we have got civil engineers within the army commission who's wearing uniform like me, the engineers who construct the roads, construct buildings and all. Then we have got electrical and mechanical engineers who look after the vehicles, equipment and all these things. Then we have got radar systems and communication systems. We require communication engineering systems. And the people who get specialized in this field, when there are people who take BTech from outside, then join army. Again, I'm combining with your answer. There are people who, there are people who, after 12th, earlier it was only available to Navy when we were there. After 12th standard, if you got 85, 75% mark that time, now I think the cutoff has changed to 80 to 85%, I think. So the people could join directly without any test to Naval Engineering College. But the same thing is being started for Army now. You can join directly after 12th and Army will give you a BTech degree. No, in that 12th exams, I think there is no entrance exam for that. It's there. There's an entrance exam for that. That cadets engineering training system is there. But earlier in the naval, this thing, it was not there actually. But now with lot of people are coming in this thing, there is an entrance exam. You have to get screened through that entrance exam. And when you go there in that stream, particular stream, you will get the BTech. And after that, you get employed in whatever is as per the profession. That option is available. Both options are available. And hardly there is any difference. Even if you join after BTech and then Army, it's okay. But earlier you join, more stability in your life is there. But I wanted to join after 12th because I thought the earlier I join, I feel that much of I am not burdening my parents. I feel I'm on my feet at the earliest and all these things. When you are in a graduation level, after 4 years of college, you may or may not be in the same mindset at that point of time. The presently, whatever your passion is there, so these things will keep happening because this is the age wherein you start changing based on visuals, based on your experiences, based on your interactions and all.
Some people say after graduating, right? That entrance exam is harder than the NDA, the direct one. Is it so?
Yeah, the syllabus is different because when you are appearing for an NDA exam, National Defense Academy exam, the syllabus is only till 10th standard. You are appearing, when you are appearing in 12th, this thing, the syllabus is hardly till 10th standard. And some spillover of 11th or 12th is hardly anything which comes. But obviously when you are a graduate, that level is slightly higher of the exam. But SSB interview, obviously when you keep moving up the ladder, the toughness is more. Even if you are seeing when you are assessing a cadet or a young boy of around 16, 17 years and a boy of around 20, 21 years, obviously there will be some difference. That is always there. Thank you.
What are the profession? What is about your profession?
The thoughts about related to your profession. What are the thoughts about your profession?
Yeah, that's my question too. Yeah.
Sir, I always wanted to become one of the Marcos officers. And I have heard that there is so many complications on it. Marcos. Yeah.
Nice. Like about your job.
About your job, your profession.
About your job.
Okay, they are asking me how I perceive the thoughts about my profession. Today I stand in front of you and I can always say I've been blessed and fortunate to serve my country as an army officer. And that too I feel really blessed by the blessings of Almighty, my parents, my elders, my teachers who has been, and my friends, my batchmates, everywhere who has been so supportive to me throughout my life, for whom I actually pay so much of gratitude, for which I am standing here today. And I really feel proud to be an army officer. I really feel proud to serve anywhere, and I really feel proud to stand in front of you. That is the thoughts, and it's only gratitude and gratitude. It's an attitude of gratitude always towards everything, being an armed forces officer. Jai Hind. And second question I will take on about the Marcos, this thing. There are officers who has come, there are students who wanted to join the Special Forces Wing and the Marine Commandos. They are all very highly specialized this thing. You will have to have, everybody in the armed forces, obviously, will have to have a physical toughness, but don't worry, it's not like that. I never knew swimming when I joined National Defense Academy. I struggled, but I passed. You have to have that willpower. Everybody is not will be able to pull up around 5-6 chin-ups or something like that. You may not be able to pull even one, you may not be able to do even a single chin-up, but by the time you pass out, that strength will come in you. Because if you got the willpower, if you have that courage in you, everything will happen in this thing. So physical fitness, you keep striving, morally you have to be correct, then you always will have that spiritual strength, whatever we call, that always pray to God, pray to Almighty. He will always be there to take care of you. And I can only say God bless everyone, and wishing you all the best. And I feel extremely delighted and blessed to address the new generation who are the future of our country tomorrow. Do well for our country always and every time. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much. And we are concluding in 5 minutes. We would request Dr. Bishwajit Saha to express our gratitude to Brigadier Salil by handing over a token of our appreciation. And Brigadier Sir, these are designed by 8 standard students. This is the AI avatar of you. They have created an AI avatar of you, and this is how they say you will look at the AI multiverse. So this is one special token of gratitude for you. And we would request Father Roy Alex to honor Dr. Bishwajit Saha. Please, sir. Brigadier Sir, you can take your seat. Father Roy Alex to honor Dr. Bishwajit Saha. Saha sir is the leader. Saha sir is the captain of the ship. So Saha sir, thank you so much. A huge round of applause for the person who made it really possible. And I'd request Father Salvin to hand over our token of gratitude to Mr. Satish. Mr. Satish. Father Salvin to Mr. Satish. Satish is always extra energetic. Satish is giving his own A avatar to Father. That's Satish's energy who has been at the forefront of things. And we would request Sahasar to honor both Father Roy Alex and Father Salvin. They were more enthusiastic than us in facilitating all this. Sahasar, we would request, please come over. Yeah. Father Roy Alex, Sahasar, to Father Roy Alex. Father Salvin Augustine. The fathers are looking extremely vibrant in their AA avatars. And we have Aparna and Aparna Saroop from Gen Robotics. Can we please have them on stage? Naveen Shankar also on stage. We will just hand over. Sir, if you can honor them, please. Gen Robotics. Naveen Shankar, AR, VR, Metaverse, Still Labs. Naveen Shankar. Metaverse and Multiverse is going to redefine the world as we know it. Thank you for the brilliant ideas ahead, Naveen Shankar. And Brigadier Sir, he would like to express his token of love and appreciation from the Indian Army to Bishwajit Saha sir. Thank you so much. That's a great gesture by Brigadier Salil MP. Thank you so much. And also to Father Royal X. Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Now, we are coming to the conclusion, and we would request Rahul Jain Nair and Gayatri to hand over the India Intelligence Report to Dr. Bishwajit Saha, Brigadier Salil, and Father Royal X. This is a report of extensive psychometric study and data prepared over a long period of time. These are the, please. It would be great if you can have a common pick. That was very eventful. Thank you so much. We were trying to run on schedule, but we know we lost nearly 45 minutes due to various things. We apologize for the time delay, and it is now time to come to a grand. We request you to stand up for the national anthem, and thank you all for your wonderful participation. Please have a huge round of applause to yourself before the national anthem. And one more thing before we extend the national anthem. After national anthem, we will have the vote of gratitude from both Satish. Satish, would you like to offer it right now? Your vote of thanks? Can we have the vote of thanks, and then we will go for national anthem? Please.
Good afternoon. Respected dignitaries on that stage. National Guidance Festival culmination happening on this National Youth Day has been phenomenal. I'm speaking to express my profound gratitude for the remarkable work we have all accomplished during the journey. CBSE and LiveOn Foundation, with the help of the teacher community, have left an indelible mark on everyone fortunate enough to be part of this event. CBSE Chairperson Nidhi Chibber ma'am ignited and inspired us to achieve this impossible feat of organizing it in nearly a dozen states of our great nation India. Saha sir has been more than a guide, mentor, and power behind NGF. Thank you, Saha sir, for your amazing support and all of the team. Thank you, Loyola School, respected fathers of Loyola School, and the whole team for providing the venue and for being a wonderful host. Organizing the National Guidance Festival was very difficult without the team of LiveOn Foundation. Special thanks to Praveen Parmeshwaran ji, Rahul Nair ji, Rahul Ishwaran ji, and the whole team. Also, I am deeply grateful for my CBSE colleagues for their unconditional support in enriching experience and the opportunity to be a part of community dedicated to a personal and collective betterment. Thank you for creating an environment where learning flourishes and where the seeds of inspiration are sown, ensuring a lasting impact for years to come. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, and that was almost 6 months of hard work, and that was the culmination because it was done across 10 states, and now we'll go for the national anthem. All of you who didn't have the lunch and they were waiting patiently without lunch, who didn't have the lunch can go and have the lunch. National anthem, please.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you.